What if you could travel across 10 states without ever leaving your kitchen? That's exactly what we're doing today. We cooked 10 iconic dishes from across America, we learned some surprising facts along the way, and found a few recipes that honestly shocked us. The only question is, which one would you want to make first? Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. For Utah, I was not surprised that we are making funeral potatoes. So funeral potatoes got its name because it is a dish that is served at a luncheon very often after a funeral, and it's supposed to be a very warm, comforting, almost like a hug in a dish. And while some people use breadcrumbs on top, the actual Utah way is to use cornflakes on top. So we're making it the Utah way today. So the only thing we need to do for our funeral potatoes is preheat our oven to 350.
Look, y'all, she got a big bowl this time.
I'm notorious for choosing the wrong size bowl, but we're going with a large bowl because we have to mix a lot of stuff in here. But let's get started. This is such an easy recipe, and you've probably made something very similar to this before. There's nothing groundbreaking about it, but you know what? I love a good comfort food potato casserole. Yes, please. And after last week's adventure of food in Rhode Island, I will gladly take something calm this week.
You don't want to add a little bit of clam juice to this?
I am so positive. We're going to use this whole tub of sour cream. It's 2 cups of sour cream going to go in. We're also going to use 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Now we've got 10 tablespoons of melted butter here, but we're not putting all 10 in right now. So a little over half of it is going to go in with this. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. That should be about right. Then we need some dried minced onion. We need about a teaspoon of this, salt and pepper. We go heavy on the pepper in this house. We love pepper. Let's mix all of that together. Here's a fun fact for you. Salt Lake City consumes more Jell-O than any other city in the world every year. And because they consume so much Jell-O, in 2001, the state legislature made it the official state snack. Now that we've got that mixed, we're gonna add in this entire thing of shredded potatoes. This is our hash browns. This is the 30-ounce size. And they're supposed to be completely thawed. Mine are not 100% thawed, but it'll be okay. We may just have to make it for a few extra minutes. Let's start mixing that around, and then we're also gonna add in our cheese that I've already shredded.
Man, this is easy.
Right, I mean, you can't get much easier than this. We also need a couple cups. Mine is a little more than 2 cups because you girl loves some cheese. Shredded cheese going in. Mix all of that together. Okay, so I've got a 9x13 dish. This is my Pampered Chef one. And I'm going to just spray that with a little bit of olive oil spray. And let's somehow delicately dump all this in here. Oven's ready.
There ain't no cream cheese in this.
He's so happy. All right, now we got to have a little fun. We got some cornflakes. I mentioned that you can make it with bread crumbs or cornflakes, but traditional Utah way is cornflakes. But we need to crush them up, so I'm gonna pour them into this quart-size Ziploc bag. This is 2 cups of cornflakes. Thank you, sir. I still spilled some. 1. It's the loneliest number. Oh, sir. All right, let me get the air out of this. Of course, Salt Lake City is named after the Great Salt Lake, which is the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere. It's saltier than the ocean by up to 8 times. So you don't sink in the Great Salt Lake, you float very easily. So Steven says he wants to crush these. We're gonna let him crush them. What? Sir.
I just wanted to do that. I don't know. I don't want to crush them up. This is how they do it in Utah.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, Utah folks, let us know if that's how you crush your cornflakes. So we have expertly crushed cornflakes. We need to mix it with the remainder of our butter. So I'm gonna pour them in here. I think we did pretty good because it was mounded up before. So.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna take your remaining butter, like 4 tablespoons or so, and stir that all together. Now let's just sprinkle those over top. You know what? No, we're gonna do it this way.
There you go. Use your old-fashioned grabbers.
That'll have a good crunch on top.
Man, yeah, that's gonna be great, sweetheart. That looks pretty.
Utah has the mighty 5 national parks. I'm gonna read them because I don't have them memorized. They are the Arches, the Bryce Canyon, which hold please. My parents went out they did a huge trip going to the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, all these different things. And they sent Cole a postcard from Bryce Canyon. But we have this on our fridge, and that's in Utah. It's also home to the Canyonlands, the Capitol Reef, and Zion. And Utah is the home to the most unique red rock landscapes on earth. I'm gonna go back in with just a little more salt and a little more pepper. And then this is gonna bake at 350 uncovered for 40 to 50 minutes. We'll try 40 and see how we do. So let's go put this in the oven. Your trivia for this week, there is a very popular fast food chicken restaurant that, despite its name, was first opened in Salt Lake City. Do you know what it is? So I made some chicken tenders, just the Just Bare chicken tenders, and made those in the air fryer, just so that we would have a little something to go along with our potatoes. We don't want to just have potatoes for our meal. Funeral potatoes from Utah.
Creamy, cheesy.
Just the way we like it.
Man, that's what that is.
It is like a warm, comforting hug, I have to say.
Man, that's good. Golly. I'm just happy they ain't got no cream cheese in it. But I'm going to tell you right now, the flavor in that is amazing.
Good.
Perfect level of salt.
Good.
I'm glad we balanced it out, with all that cream in there. The salt level is perfect. Super flavorful, buttery, creamy, cheesy. That is some delicious. Just a little crunch there with the cornflake.
Yeah, it's like a hug.
Definitely. Yeah, this is extremely good. Very comforting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Super delicious. It reminds me a little bit like the Cracker Barrel
Hash brown casserole?
Hash brown casserole a little bit.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that too. However, that one is not quite as creamy.
No, it's not. This is actually better than that, I think, personally.
How do you not like that?
I don't know.
Like, unless you just don't like potatoes.
Right.
I don't think anyone would not like this.
No, it's a crowd-pleasing
I can see why.
meal for sure, side dish.
I can see why they call it that, because this is something that would be very warm and comforting.
Oh, yeah.
After losing a family member or friend. I could see everybody wanting to take this dish to someone. I can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
And the answer to our trivia question, Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. So the recipe was originated back in the 30s by Colonel Sanders in Kentucky. But his friend opened the first franchise in Salt Lake City in 1952. So we had a lot of fun trying to figure out what it was that we were gonna make for Washington. There were a lot of different options. There's cedar plank salmon. I didn't want to go the seafood route. Also, there was something that I saw that was a teriyaki plate that is very specific to the Seattle area, that is very well known. Thought about making that, but then we ran across just a gem of an idea, and that is the Seattle dog. It's a hot dog made in a specific way. Nothing, no big deal, right? Except this hot dog features cream cheese, which, if you are familiar with my channel, you know my husband does not really love savory type things with cream cheese included. I knew at that point that we had to make a Seattle dog. I'm excited to give it a try. Cream cheese with hot dogs. I'm gonna be real honest, it doesn't sound good, but we're gonna give it a try. We're outside in front of our green giants. I'm wearing all green. That's because Washington is known as the Evergreen State. It is the only state flag in the US that is green, and the only one to feature a real person. It's got George Washington on there. Let me tell you a little fun fact about that. The original image of George Washington on the Washington state flag, they were in a hurry. So they used the image from a Smith Brothers cough syrup box. Now, it's no longer that image, but they were in a hurry and they just needed an image of George Washington. So they used one from a cough syrup box on their original state flag. So we don't have a lot of prep to do. We're gonna get started in here. Today, we're gonna do pretty much all of it out on the Blackstone. So Stephen is gonna be in charge of cooking, but stay tuned. If you are not interested in this particular recipe, I am doing a dessert recipe and it sounds really good. So you're gonna get to see me bake today. Y'all know I'm not a baker. It ought to be a good time.
All right, Choppy Chopperton.
So here's the thing. The Seattle dog is famous for having almost caramelized onions on top, as well as some cooked jalapenos. You could do pickled jalapenos if you want to, but we're gonna use this very large jalapeno. So I need to cut this onion up into slivers and then also cut our jalapeno up. We switched places because I was crying.
She started tearing up.
Somebody made me cry, and it wasn't this guy.
Just want to cut around this membrane and the seeds so it won't be too hot.
So for this, you could do just regular hot dogs, but we are doing these cheddar smoked sausages.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You could also do like brats, Polish sausage, whatever. He's going to do something to these to make it a little easier to grill them.
We're going to take our knife here and we're just going to...
He's not cutting them all the way through.
Not all the way through.
He's basically butterflying these bad boys so that they will lay flat on the Blackstone. Or on your cast iron skillet, however you're doing it. So there we go. So the Seattle dog was created in the 1980s by a guy named Hadley Long. He had a bagel cart, and one day he just decided that he was going to put a hot dog inside of a Bialy's. I think that's how you say that. I could be wrong. I'll put that here on the screen. It's a cousin to the bagel, but basically he had this bagel cart. He decided, I'm going to add a hot dog to it. And bagels come with cream cheese. So that's kind of how this was born. And it is a favorite in that area. So we're going to see.
Get your hot dogs. Hot dogs here. Get your hot dogs.
Okay. What happened to your voice there, sir?
I don't know. Come get your hot dogs. Hot dogs here. It's fired up and ready to go.
The amount of pollen that we had to wipe down out here today, he had a cover over this, thank goodness. So this wasn't covered in pollen. But we're going to eat outside today. And y'all, I can't tell you how many times I've been out here and wiped pollen already. But we have not had any rain to knock the pollen down. So we've been out here sneezing too. It's not fun. So we're going to cook the onions in butter. And like I mentioned, they're almost caramelized. They're going to cook kind of low and slow for about probably 10 minutes or so.
Mandy said, look, does it need more butter? And I said, no, but we can put some more on there.
I just wanted a little more butter on there. Look at them fingers. The key is he just keeps them moving. You don't want them to burn on the bottom, so he's just been over here doing this the entire time. He is finishing everything up. He wanted me to mention that you can do this on the stovetop in a pan. You don't have to have a Blackstone to do this. We just decided, since it's a nice day outside and we haven't fired up a Blackstone in a minute, he would come out here and do this for me.
The flat top does make it a little easier to do.
Yeah. You got more room to work with for sure.
More room to do stuff with.
Yeah. Washington is the birthplace of many global giants. Think Starbucks, Amazon, Boeing, but it is also the birthplace of the world's most famous cinnamon roll. It's a very popular chain, and a lot of times, maybe not today because malls aren't really a thing anymore, but when you would walk into the mall, you could smell these cinnamon rolls from this particular company. Who is it? All right, sir.
They're not fully caramelized.
Nope, but they smell and look amazing.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so step one done. Step two is to cook the jalapenos. He added a little olive oil down. There we go. Looking good.
We have weaponized these jalapenos.
Yeah, we have.
We've made tear gas.
Yeah.
The fun part.
Smart. All right. That's not going to take long at all. Lovely. Those are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to take those off and put them here, and then we will toast those buns up. So if we open them completely flat, they're probably going to break. So we're just kind of heating them up at this point just to make the cream cheese easier to spread.
Prime cheese.
It just feels so wrong. I'm sorry, but it does. But you know what? Maybe it'll be great and it's going to surprise us. So if you guessed Cinnabon to our trivia question, you were correct. Cinnabon was created back in 1985 and became super popular really quickly. Fun fact.
I've never had a Cinnabon.
How has he never had a Cinnabon? When he said that, I just looked at him like he had 4 heads. What?
Cinnabon like the Autobahn?
No, we need to correct that, sir. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's not mayo, y'all.
I'm loading them up.
That is not mayo. I know it looks like it, but it's not.
Them dogs a hunt right yonder.
Onion.
Onions here. Peppers on top here.
And now we're just gonna add a little bit of sriracha on top too, or a lot of it in his case. I want less than that, FYI.
All right. All right, here we go. Ready? That's good. That's really good. The cream cheese is not like, it's subtle.
Okay.
A little sweetness, sweet was the spicy.
Yeah.
But then the sweetness mixed in with the savory, smoky sausage. Man, that's good. It's kind of got a little tang to it.
I'm so glad.
It's got a little tang to it.
You like that?
Yeah, it's good.
Well, who knew? Hot dogs with cream cheese. The Boeing factory in Everett has the largest building in the world by volume. It is so big that even clouds have kind of created inside of this building.
What?
They build airplanes there. It needs to be huge. But yeah, it almost has its own little weather system inside of this building.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Thing is massive. I do know that.
Yeah. All right, darling.
Gracious.
Takes a little minute to get in there.
The cream cheese is pretty much kind of melted. So it's a very creamy cream cheese.
Yeah.
It's not like it's cold. It doesn't make sense, but it's a very smooth flavor.
Sweet, smoky, little tang action going on in there.
That's really good.
Those caramelized onions, that butter on there, just magical stuff happens with that.
Okay, I really like this.
This could be something you could find at the fair or
Oh, I'm sure they do.
maybe a baseball game or something
I'm
like
sure
that.
they do, yeah.
Football games. Good stuff.
Okay, I see why they do it.
Yeah.
It's not something I would ever think to do, but I'm a fan.
So I kind of wish I had a little bit more cream cheese on there.
I cannot believe this man just said, I want more cream cheese on this. You're gonna dip it in there.
That ain't bad.
Would you order that?
No. I mean, I would now, but like,
That's what I meant now.
yeah, I would now.
Okay.
It's just a little different sweet. When the sriracha kind of mixes with it, it
Yeah.
kind of creates this like tangy flavor.
Right.
But it's not like overpowering. It's not like a punch in the face or nothing like that.
Okay, good.
It's just something a little interesting.
Washington produces the most apples out of the United States. I think 60% of our apples come from there. They produce 10 to 12 billion apples a year. That's enough apples to wrap around the earth 29 times. If you like the Cosmic Crisp apple, it is an apple variety that was created in Washington at Washington State University. Okay, so Washington is known for their apples. They grow so many apples, so I couldn't do a Washington video without doing something with apples. Now, we could have incorporated apples into a dinner recipe, but apparently there is a cake called an apple cake that is a Washington apple cake, and that's what we're gonna make. Now look here, we could do everything from scratch. We could. And a great baker probably would. I am not a great baker. So I found a recipe using cake mix, some instant vanilla pudding, and then of course we're gonna be using apples. We're using Granny Smith today, but I've got all the ingredients out. It seems pretty simple. I do, believe it or not, I have a bundt pan. I've used it maybe 3 times ever, and I've had it for 15 years, but we're gonna use it today. Now, the recipe says to use about a pound of apples. We need to peel them and then coarsely chop them. I think I've discussed this before. Anytime I peel an apple, I always use a knife. I don't use a peeler. Do y'all use one? I don't know. I always use a knife. I always have, and I guess I always will. Because I thought about it. I thought, well, maybe I should grab the peeler, but you know what? No. That feels wrong to me. We're going with a knife. So we're gonna go with about 2.5 apples. You need about a pound, and these apples were a pretty good size. So I feel like 3 would be a little too much. So I'm just coarsely chopping it like it said. Okay, we're done. We need to move kind of quickly. You know, they'll start to kind of brown and not look great. So let's assemble everything. Let's put the oven at 350. Okay, so we're gonna take this box of yellow cake mix. Then we have a 3.4 ounce thing of vanilla instant pudding. Next, we need 4 eggs, 2/3 a cup of water, a 1/2 cup of oil. I'm using canola oil. We need a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now we just need to beat all of this together until it's kind of smooth. All right, that is done. Now we just need to add in our apples. Let's just mix all of that in really well. And that's all we have to do for this part. Now we'll just make a very simple icing to kind of go over top of it. That'll drizzle over top of it. But this is my kind of baking. I can do this. All right, let's grab our bundt pan and grease it. And let's pour that in there. Okay, it is all in there. Our oven just finished preheating. Okay, it's got to bake for an hour to an hour and 5 minutes at 350. It has been an hour, so let's take this out. I have to tell you, my house smells so delicious. It smells like fall time in here with that cinnamon and apple. I mean, it rose beautifully. It looks great. Let's stick a toothpick in there and make sure we're done. Oh yeah, we're done. It comes out clean. That's wonderful. Okay, we're gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes here, and then we'll put it on a cooling rack and let it cool completely. It is still very, very warm, so I'm gonna let this cool for probably another 45 minutes. It's 2 o'clock now, so probably around 3, we will ice this and give it a try, but it smells amazing and it was so easy. Okay, so we're gonna make our glaze to go on top. We need 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. We're also gonna add about a teaspoon of water, and we need to add a couple of tablespoons of sour cream. And we're just gonna mix all of that together. Beautiful, look at that. And I'm just gonna take this, transfer it over here to this cake plate that I have. It has a lid that I can put over top of it. Now let's just drizzle this over top. Y'all, I am so excited because it's like 2:45-ish, which means it's not too late to have coffee. I'm about to make me a coffee to go along with this because this screams I need coffee. So I'm gonna finish this up, let it sit for just a second while I go make coffee, and then we're gonna try this. I need to go grab Steven as well. We're not gonna waste any of this glaze.
Coffee and cake. All right, so what do we got here?
A Washington apple cake.
All right. Are the apples from Washington?
They are from a place called Food Lion.
Okay.
So I don't know about whether they're from Washington or not.
Let's cut into this cake. Ooh, yeah, it's very bouncy. Now that right there looks
You can see
amazing.
the apple pieces in there.
Man, yes. I get the first taste.
And apparently you get the only piece.
Oh, this is mine.
I'm saying I don't have a piece. But you do you, boo.
Okay, I forgot.
Golly.
That was pretty selfish of me.
How about give me a piece too?
Got a little bit too excited and said,
Yeah.
man, you ain't got none.
Oh my goodness.
There's
Look
you.
at all that apple in there.
I'm telling you what. Man, look how bouncy that thing is. Golly. Melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just like totally disintegrates. You did it.
I did. Drink you some coffee to go with it too. Put the pinky up. There you go. Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, I'm so glad.
If you've got some vanilla ice cream, maybe you can serve some of that with it.
Yeah, that would be good.
Baby.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna dig in and see what I think. Here's my coffee over here. I'm so excited. Oh man.
Isn't that delicious?
It's sweet, but not too sweet.
It just melts in your mouth.
That little bit of cinnamon with those
that
apples.
cinnamon and apple flavor. Amazing. Complete.
Coffee with it.
Yep.
It's the best day ever.
It is.
It was very easy to choose the recipe this week because y'all told me to. Everywhere on the internet said we needed to make crab cakes. And you don't just make crab cakes any old way. You have to get lump crab meat. It would be even better if we got blue crab, but we live in South Carolina. All of that is not easily accessible. So we just went through all of this crab, and there was 3 tiny pieces that we had to remove, and that was it. I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the crab and the meticulous process that they went through to get all of the shell and everything out. They did a really good job. So we've got 1 pound of lump crab meat. We're setting that to the side for now because we need to mix up all of the other ingredients first. Let's add a couple of eggs. Now we're gonna use Duke's mayo. We need about 2.5 tablespoons of Duke's. There's 1. That should be about 2.5. So we need about 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. We need some Dub sauce. We love Dub sauce in this house. It adds so much flavor. We just need like a teaspoon. So we need about 1 teaspoon of this Old Bay seasoning. I am gonna measure that out just to make sure we get it right. We need some salt, 1/4 teaspoon. We've got 1 stalk of celery that we've finely diced. I say we, he finely diced. He did this before I even came in here. We're gonna add that in. It's about 1/4 cup. Just to note, apparently celery is an optional thing. You don't have to add that, but this particular recipe I found has it, so we're going with it. And this recipe, just so you know, there's a gazillion recipes out there for this, but this one had really great reviews, so we're going with it. So we've got some parsley growing in our backyard, and I went and grabbed some of that, and then we chopped that up. So I'm gonna add that in. So let's just go ahead and mix all of that together. I have a fun little story about this crab meat right here. I had to call around. I went to several stores. I had to call around, and I found one market that had this one thing left. They said, we have one thing of lump crab meat left. I said, I'm on my way. So I get there, and there was an empty spot for the lump crab meat, and I was like, they already sold it. I was so upset. And then he said, can I help you? I said, I called a few minutes ago. He said, oh, I put it in the back so nobody would take it. So here we are, $49.50 later, here we are.
Oh my goodness.
It was so expensive, but I'm excited to give it a try. You know, I love the smell of crab. My mouth is watering. I need some hot butter to just dip this in right now. So we need this big old spatula because we're gonna add in the crab meat. Again, we've already checked it for all of the shell and all of that. So we've got 1 pound of crab meat going in. I don't want to waste any of this. It's like gold.
Yeah.
I feel like we paid for gold. Okay, let's go ahead and start mixing this up. And then we're gonna also add in some panko breadcrumbs here in just a second. And you wanna try and not shred this up, so very gently mixing this together.
I guess that's the only cake you want lumps in?
Yeah, probably so. Although a lot of my cakes have lumps. We don't necessarily want them, but they're there. So I have to tell you, we love a crab cake. A lot of times if it's an appetizer at a restaurant, we'll get it. We love it. However, I've never attempted to make it. I've made like salmon patties before, but never crab cakes. So when I was doing my research about Maryland, I noticed that number one, you really kind of need to use blue crab. Again, we're using what we can. You want to use lump crab meat, no imitation stuff. It's very expensive. But there is a rule in Maryland that if you see any breadcrumbs in your crab cake, you've used too many. They have like a no filler rule. It's mostly crab.
They're gonna hit you big with the crab.
That's right. And also you have to use Old Bay seasoning. So we always have that on hand, not a problem. And then something else I found very interesting about Maryland is in Crisfield, Maryland. It is known as the seafood capital of the world. Panko breadcrumbs, we only need about a half a cup. So I'm gonna measure it here. We'll add about half of it, mix it, and then add the rest. So if you've made crab cakes, how often do you make them? It's an expensive thing to make. I feel like it's something that you would wanna make for company coming over. But maybe up in Maryland, you have access to crab a whole lot easier than we do down south. So maybe you make these more often. I don't know, let me know.
Seems like pretty easy to make, I mean.
Yeah, the thing is, with this recipe especially, it says in order for everything to bind together really well, we need to patty them out and stick them in the fridge. We're gonna cover them, stick them in the fridge for like an hour, which is great. We can let them just kind of rest. And then during that time, I'm gonna make some tartar sauce because I am a sucker for tartar sauce with seafood. So I want some tartar sauce with my crab cakes today. All right, I think they're pretty well mixed. Again, I don't want to chop up that crab meat too much. So I think we're ready to patty these out.
Sunshine on my mind.
I need to wear this when we choose Florida as well.
Yeah.
It's the Sunshine State. Okay, let's take our crab meat. And it says we're gonna make about 6 crab cakes. And it says it's about half a cup each. So since I have this half a cup measure out, might as well just use it, you know. These are very, what's the word? Juicy. We won't use the M word. We don't use that word around here. Very juicy. So let's see if we can kind of mold this into a crab cake.
Probably gonna be a little more juicy. I just have to torture you a little bit. It's part of my job as husband, as chief aggravator.
I'm pretty sure you have parsley on your nose, just FYI. It's right there. Okay, zoom in a little bit. There you go. It's right on the... There you go. No, oh, you didn't get it. Try it again. Oh, it is milk. Oh, you got it. You got it.
And
you know,
see,
he
that's
annoys
your
me.
role. My role is aggravator. Your role is
To point out.
to point out all my flaws. I mean, to help me with all my parsley on my nose. Okay? That's right.
We make a great team. Okay, there's one. Let's keep going. So now I need to cover them. I was gonna use cling wrap, but I was scared that it would kind of stick to it too much. So I'm gonna kind of tent cover them if possible. And these are going in the fridge for an hour. So the official boat of Maryland, yes, I just said the official boat. It is called the Skipjack. It is a traditional oyster dredging sailboat that they've used in Chesapeake Bay for over 100 years. It is time to make the tartar sauce. So I've got some curly parsley here. Fun fact, the other day I did a Instacart order and my shopper was supposed to get cilantro. They got curly parsley, so we're just gonna use it. Usually I like to do fresh dill, but I don't have any fresh dill on hand, so we can do parsley instead. So let me chop this up. I've made this tartar sauce before. It's my favorite one. It's from Natasha's Kitchen. It's her recipe. It's so good. So believe me when I say you need to make this one. Okay, we're gonna do about a half a cup of mayo. I'm only making like half of the amount that she makes in her recipe. Now I'm cheating and using dill relish. The recipe just says to chop up some dill pickles, but if you can get dill relish, just use that. We're gonna use a good bit of this.
No, I mentioned sweet relish a while ago, and I thought she was gonna kick me out of the house.
He had sweet relish out, and I said, what was that for? He said, for the tartar sauce. I said, now we've used sweet relish, but I like especially since we didn't have any fresh dill on hand, I want the flavor of dill.
Honestly,
for sure.
I prefer dill relish myself.
Yeah. Okay, good bit of that.
I grabbed the wrong one.
So we're supposed to use about the same amount of the dill pickles as mayo. So there we go, got that. Then you can use onion, red onion, yellow onion, but we had a shallot on hand, so my husband very sweetly diced that for me.
And the shallot, that dices up a lot better too.
Yeah.
You can really get them tiny.
So we only need a couple tablespoons of that, like a teaspoon of sugar and lemon juice. We only need like about a teaspoon, maybe a little less. Gotta put some pepper in there. Delicious.
What about this?
Oh yeah, we gotta add the parsley in. You're right. Look, I'm already forgetting it. It's literally right there. Hi. We probably don't need all of that. I'm gonna add in about that much. My favorite part. I get to taste it. I love tartar sauce. Love, love, love it. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so good on the crab cakes.
To it.
Yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna put a lid on this and stick it in the fridge, and we'll be back in an hour. We are doing a pan fry today of our crab cakes, but in a lot of like high-end restaurants in Maryland, they broil their crab cakes, which I thought was very interesting. It says it keeps them delicate and highlights the sweetness of the crab. So just a heads up. So if you go to a restaurant in Maryland and it's a nicer restaurant, chances are your crab cakes are not fried, they're broiled. Broiled. All right, we're ready. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
It still smells like crab in here. I'm ready to eat. Let's do it. They look good. They smell good. Mm-hmm. And by we, I mean Steven, is going to shallow fry these in this skillet. So we need to heat the skillet up to about medium high. And we're gonna add, you can use vegetable oil. We have canola oil, that's what we're using.
We just want to kind of cover the bottom here.
You ready?
Here we go. I'll try to be as gentle as I can with these.
Yeah. I'm hoping, ooh, listen to that. I'm hoping that that hour really kind of helps keep them together and they don't fall apart on us, but we'll see. Okay, you think you can get 3 in there at a time?
I think 3 maybe.
Okay.
Probably tops.
Yeah. Okay.
Really be careful putting them in.
Now some of them look like they're falling, that one looks like it's falling apart a little bit.
We'll be extra gentle.
All right.
When they cook a little bit,
yeah, they'll
start crisping up
yeah.
a little bit, they'll hold a little bit better.
Yeah,
so.
true. We just need to leave them alone for at least 3 minutes. We'll check at them. We'll check at them? We'll check at them.
We'll check at them.
After 3 minutes and just kind of see where we're at. He's got a brand new shirt, y'all, and I said, please don't get oil on there. So he's putting on an apron because this is starting to splatter just a little bit.
I'm gonna tie this like a samurai.
Oh my. So it's been about 3 minutes. They're getting a little crispy. Yes, that's nice.
That looks really good.
Look at that. Okay, about 3 to 5 more minutes. So Maryland is known for their blue crabs, and they often will have a crab boil, also known here as a bowl. But there is a very specific way that locals eat the crab. Not just eat them, but the way they kind of clean them and I guess crack them. Do you know the name of the small wooden tool that they use to crack their crab? Round 2. So he rotates them in the pan as they're cooking, just because, you know, it's always hotter in the very center versus on the outside. So he just kind of rotates them as they're doing their thing, so that they evenly cook and look real pretty everywhere, right?
That's right.
What do you think about my presentation? What do you give it?
All right. I give it a 10.2 out of 10.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Oh boy. Let's do it without the tartar sauce first.
Yeah, true taste without the tartar.
Let's see what we got here. Man. Wow. Crispy, delicious crab.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Seasonings are on point.
Oh, good. It sounds nice and crispy and crunchy on the outside.
That is amazing.
Yay, I'm so glad. We did not waste our money.
Nice. I love the contrast of textures with the crispiness and then the soft
Crab on the
crab inside. I don't know if I've ever had tartar sauce with crab before. Oh, wow.
Is that good?
Yeah. That is really good.
All right, sir. I love you, but you've almost finished an entire crab cake and I haven't had a single bite.
I'm going to hurry up then.
You better, boy. So the answer to our question about the tool that they use to crack their crab, it's called a crab mallet. We were just using a mallet on the back porch yesterday, but it wasn't a crab mallet.
You know, sometimes when you go to the restaurant and you get crab cakes, you get a little, they rob you a little bit.
Yeah, it's like really shredded, really fine, and
Right.
it's almost, yeah.
These are some big hunks of crab.
I love crab cakes.
It is so delicious. Good stuff. Easy to do as well. The hardest part was frying them up.
They're just expensive.
Right, that's true.
But, okay, that's a really great recipe.
That
Those
is
are
delicious.
so meaty. Most crab cakes that I feel like I've gotten have a lot of breadcrumb
Right.
and have a lot of filler
Yes.
in them. This is mostly crab, which
Right.
you would hope so.
Yeah, this
But,
is the way to go.
wow.
Yeah. Maryland crab cakes for the win.
Yeah, the crab cakes, they're
The
great.
crab cakes.
They're great.
I'm about to pop. I've had 3 of them.
I'm finishing number 2. Very filling, for
Yeah.
sure. And I have to say, I did not see one breadcrumb. I feel like we did Maryland and their no filler rule. We did them proud. I did not see a single breadcrumb. It was mostly just crab with some flavoring.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with how this turned out, sweetheart.
Yeah, me too. Today we are in Virginia, and there is some debate as to whether Virginia is a southern state or not, so we're gonna get into that. But today we are making Brunswick stew from Virginia, and that's another source of debate. Did Brunswick stew originate in Virginia or somewhere else? Time to get ready. We've already done our chopping and everything so that we're just ready to go over here, but we need about 4 slices of bacon chopped up. So I've got this large Dutch oven heated to about medium heat. Just add in this bacon and we're gonna start cooking this. Arts and crafts, as Stephen calls it.
That's right.
Now we're making the full recipe today because I do kind of hope that I can freeze some of this and we can have it for another night. I thought about halving the recipe, but decided we'd go with it. So the Virginia Brunswick stew, it's a hearty 1-pot meal that we're gonna make, and I love Brunswick stew. I've always loved it. We get it at specifically at barbecue restaurants around here. A lot of them will have it. Sometimes it's made with chicken, sometimes with pork. But there is a debate as to who came up with Brunswick stew. There's Georgia who claims it's theirs, and then there's Virginia who claims it's theirs. But what I do know is that Brunswick stew is very popular in Virginia, so that's why we're making it today. Apparently, when you have like fall festivals and church get-togethers with suppers and things like that, there's gonna be Brunswick stew. Also, some people put potatoes in their Brunswick stew and some people don't. We are today because the particular recipe that I found does have it. But you'll have to let me know, do you add potatoes to yours or is that a big no-no? So there has been some debate because last week when I chose Virginia, I said, I don't really consider Virginia the South. Y'all spoke up. It's definitely not the Deep South. The Deep South is 5 states. That's South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. That's the Deep South. But southern states, a lot of you said, you know, Virginia is below the Mason-Dixon line, so it's the South. But I guess it kind of goes back to the Civil War and the Confederacy and like who fought for who. So Virginia is the South. I stand corrected, just not the Deep South. Our bacon is not quite done, but it's getting there. So let's add in this whole onion. We had a pretty large onion that we diced. And we're gonna let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now these are softened up. We need to boil our potatoes because we are going the potato route. I wanna tell you, I used like a cup of regular chicken broth that I had, and then we're going with 3 cups of this spicy chicken broth. I know that is not traditional, but that's okay. We love spicy anything. And this chicken broth is not super spicy, but let's add in 4 cups of chicken broth. We're also gonna turn this heat up because we're gonna bring this to a boil. And we've got 2 russet potatoes that we peeled and chopped. So let's add these in. So now that our potatoes have come up to a boil, I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes and we're gonna let those soften for right at 10 minutes. Full transparency, we only let them boil for like 5 minutes because this whole thing is gonna simmer for about an hour, so they're gonna be plenty soft. So I'm gonna turn this down to about medium low, almost low. And I've got some tomato paste here. We need to add in a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. That seems about right. Let's dissolve that. Okay, now let's add in all of our other ingredients. The beauty of this particular recipe is that it uses rotisserie chicken. I love that. So I got a family size rotisserie chicken from Food Lion and I shredded it up, and you need about 4 cups, which is what this is. We're gonna add that in now. Now we need 28 ounces, or basically 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I'm gonna go with fire roasted diced tomatoes and our regular diced tomatoes. So let's add both of those in. Virginia is known as the state that is the mother of presidents because 8 of our presidents have been born in Virginia, which is more than any other state. What are you doing? Oh, leave my toe alone. Stephen told me that I had to do this ingredient, even though I do not like this ingredient, but we have to stay true.
That's right.
Lima beans. Y'all, I am not a fan. They're dry. I just don't love them. But I drained these and we're gonna add in a can of lima beans. These are the green and the white. Optional is okra, and we went with fresh okra because our grocery store had some. So we just got a package of okra and cut it up. So let's add that in. And then we need corn and lots of it. So I'm using frozen corn. That's gonna cool this down, but it'll warm back up because it's got an hour. Okay, so let's stir all of that together. Now you have to remember, this is a very thick and hearty stew. So we're gonna simmer this. We've got a few more things to add, but we're gonna simmer this for like an hour with it covered. And if towards the end I feel like we can uncover it and let it thicken up a little bit more, we will. But we can always add more chicken broth if it gets too thick. We need a tablespoon of brown sugar. We need a tablespoon of white vinegar, and then about a teaspoon of the Dub sauce. So I'm gonna just eyeball this. Probably go a little more than a teaspoon because that's what I like. Then salt and pepper. And remember, we can always add more salt and pepper at the end too when we taste it. I don't wanna go overboard right now, but we're gonna add some in now and then we'll taste it at the end. So let's just stir that to combine and put the lid on it. And y'all, this is gonna hang out at like medium low for about an hour. And apparently it's even better the next day. You know, a lot of times the longer a soup sits, the better it gets. But let's put the lid on it, and then we may have to come back in with some more chicken broth a little bit later. We'll check on it, but let me set the timer. There we go. So it's been an hour. I did come in here every 15 minutes or so and stir it. And then for the last 12 minutes, I took the lid off because a lot of these, like the corn and the okra or whatever, they released some juices, and it was pretty thin there for the last little bit. So I took the lid off to let some of that kind of evaporate and thicken up a bit. I feel like it's a good consistency. I need to test for salt content, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Ooh, there's a lima bean.
Uh-oh, let's hear it. Come on now.
Ooh, but there's bacon too. Maybe that'll make up for it. Hot. It could use a little more salt, so I'm gonna do that. The world's largest office building is located in Virginia. It's in Arlington, Do you know what it is? And I think our Brunswick stew is done. And I will say, I'm used to having Brunswick stew with pork in it because we do have it at the barbecue restaurants. But that chicken was really good that I just got, so yum. If you don't have a bowl cozy, what are you even doing in life? I'm telling you right now, the best way to serve soup and or ice cream is to have a bowl cozy so you don't freeze your hand or burn your hand. Y'all, oh my goodness, even with the lima beans, my mouth is watering. It's a little bit hot.
Actually, it's good soup weather today.
It actually is. It's
A little overcast.
it's like in the 50s. Well, maybe it's about 60 degrees now, but yeah, it's kind of gloomy outside, so.
This looks good, baby.
It does look good.
Get a tater on there.
If you said the largest office building was the Pentagon, you are correct. It has over 17.5 miles of like walking distance within the Pentagon. However, they designed it so that you could get from point A to point B, no matter what that is, by walking in less than 7 minutes. That's pretty cool.
Oh man, that's rich.
Yeah. And you can taste just a little bit of that vinegar.
Oh yeah, just a hint
It's
of
just
that.
a hint.
Just a little bit of that, but man, yeah, this is a chunky stew right here. Man, that is really good. I love the okra in there
Yeah.
too. So it's kind of like a, it's a thicker,
Yes.
richer vegetable soup type of
Yeah.
thing with the added protein in there.
Right. And now some people, I think, make Brunswick stew. They add some barbecue sauce to it.
Yeah, it's definitely, this has got a smoky
Yeah, it does.
vibe to it.
Well, we used some of that spicy chicken broth, and then I
Right.
used the fire roasted diced tomatoes.
Exactly.
So we added a little bit of
Yeah,
that.
this is really good.
Yay. It's so pretty.
That bacon flavor that's in there,
Yeah.
that is delicious, babe.
Woohoo. I'm so happy.
This is a really good stew. This is probably one of my favorite stews right here.
Okay. Yay. The first commercial peanut crop was grown in Virginia in 1842. So this is why Virginia peanuts are still considered the gold standard for snacking. I feel like we're having a big old history lesson today, but Jamestown, that was the first English settlement, which is in Virginia, and it was made a permanent settlement in 1607. I had to take my glasses off because they were going to fog up.
It'll get froggy.
I'm glad I made the full recipe.
Yeah, me too. It's delicious.
Ours has just a little bit of spice to it, not a lot. You get that hint of vinegar,
Right.
which makes it kind of like the barbecue, like you think of barbecue. Kinda.
Right.
I don't know who came up with Brunswick stew, but Virginia Brunswick stew,
Yeah, I'd love to try it with pork sometime.
yeah, absolutely. We could make it with pork for sure.
Yeah, we should try that sometime. Good job, babe. Knocked it out of the park.
There were some interesting things that we could choose for Arkansas. First of all, fried catfish, which Stephen was very excited about. But, disclaimer, my husband is injured currently, which is why he's not filming this at this exact time. He's on crutches. He hurt his leg. He was doing some training for a half marathon and he hurt his leg. So he's really struggling. So I kind of needed an extra set of hands to be able to deep fry something like the fried catfish. So we kind of nixed that one. But never fear, because so many of y'all told me that I needed to make biscuits and gravy, but not just biscuits and gravy. No, we're doing biscuits and chocolate gravy. Apparently that is very popular in Arkansas. And then we're also going to make a version of a possum pie. Not gonna lie, I got scared when I heard possum pie for Arkansas. I thought we were gonna need a possum. Speaking of old hop along.
Hey there. How's it going?
We're asking you that question, sir.
It's going.
Okay, I'm gonna get you a mic. Are you coming in here with me?
Yeah, I thought I'd help you film.
Okay. So we've got two recipes. Both of them involve chocolate, which means I'm a happy girl, so let's get started. So we're gonna get started. We gotta make the biscuits first. I do need to preheat my oven to 450. And this recipe for biscuits, I got from a YouTuber. Her channel is called Old World Home. She made this video years and years ago. It's 5-ingredient biscuits. They come out so fluffy. So I thought we would make that. So I've got her video pulled up right here, and in her description box is the recipe. We're just gonna follow that. So I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add that to a bowl. I've got a brand new thing of baking powder. So we need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. We need a half a teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to combine all of that together before we add our wet ingredients. So I've got 5 tablespoons of butter here. I need to cut it up into small pieces. And we're just going to incorporate it using our hands. I don't have a stand mixer anymore because I'm not a baker. And I never used mine when I had it. So I'm just going to cut this up. It's very cold. And then I'm going to start adding it in. And I'm just going to start mixing it and kind of mashing it with my hands. So now that I've pretty much incorporated all of that butter in here, I'm going to add in 2/3 a cup of milk, and we're just going to stir that around. And then if I need to add more milk, if it's like too crumbly, I can. I'm going to add just a little more milk, maybe another tablespoon. Okay, since I got it mostly done, I'm going to use my hands now. Okay, that feels pretty good. It's not too wet, but it's also not too dry. So now I'm just going to flour my surface, and then we're going to kind of fold out the dough and knead it a little bit. And this is going to make about 6 large biscuits. You could always do a little bit thinner if you wanted to, but I'm going to try and get about 6 biscuits out of this. No, I think I'm just getting 5.
Look, I'll eat that wimpy one.
We'll make a little wimpy one.
A dough ball.
Bless its little heart.
It's like the size of the Chick-fil-A mini biscuits or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got those. Let me grab a baking sheet and we'll put them on there. These are gonna bake at 450 for about 12 minutes or so. We'll just keep an eye on them. Now we're gonna make the chocolate gravy. I am not making the full recipe that I found because we don't need that much. So I'll leave the original recipe below. We need some sugar, almost a half a cup. So chocolate gravy, where in the world did that come from? Chocolate gravy is pretty well known all over Arkansas. However, it is most popular in the Ozark Mountain area of Arkansas and Missouri. And its origins are a bit of a mystery, but historians, especially food historians, tend to think that it goes back to the time when that area was a Spanish territory. And so it has more of a Mexican chocolate influence. And so that's where they think this came from. I don't think anybody truly knows who came up with it.
They're sitting around and they said, look, let's make some biscuits. Honey, we ain't got nothing to put on them. Well, why don't you go put some of that chocolate on them? I bet that'd be good. And that's how it got started.
Now I'm gonna add in about 1/8 of a cup of cocoa. That's probably about right. We're just gonna kind of eyeball it. And then I need 1.5 tablespoons of flour. Let's whisk that together. We want to make sure we get all the lumps out if we can. The cocoa is in the air and I'm breathing it in. I've got a cup of milk gonna go in and we're gonna whisk that. All right, let's pour this into a saucepan. Oh yeah, that is more than enough chocolate gravy for us. So let's just add this here to our stovetop. We're gonna put it on medium heat and we're just gonna kind of babysit it. It's gonna take 7 to 10 minutes once it warms up to do its thing, but we want it to kind of thicken like a little gravy. As our gravy is getting started, our biscuits just finished, and oh my goodness,
Look at them cat heads.
You sound like my granddaddy. I was making biscuits with my grandmother one time, and he said it looked like a cat head. Yeah, look at those. Look at the layers.
Man.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. Okay, so we're gonna let those just cool while we kind of work with this gravy over here. Arkansas produces a lot of rice every single year. 9 billion pounds of rice every single year. And it says that if you were to put that rice in a line, it would make it all the way to the moon.
I like that biscuit. Man, them biscuits look good.
Yeah, they do. And we about to break them open and put some chocolate all over them. Say less. Ooh, it is starting to thicken. It's not gonna get super thick, but you don't want it to. It's almost done. And we have a couple more ingredients to add to it once it comes off the heat. Okay, to that, we're gonna add a half a tablespoon of butter and some vanilla.
Look at that.
Y'all eat this for breakfast in Arkansas? Look.
What?
I knew I liked Arkansas. Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. Biscuit and chocolate gravy.
Look,
okay.
I knew I liked Arkansas.
It's like that soft, buttery texture of the biscuit with the milk chocolate. A little sweet and salty.
It looks like brown gravy. And it's so funny that it's chocolate.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Okay, it's my turn.
I mean,
Y'all.
I don't think anybody can
Not like that. I mean, unless you don't like chocolate.
I'm not the biggest chocolate fan, but that's pretty good. I wish it had a little pop of like a little tart to go with it.
But here's what I like. I like that it's not overly sweet. It's not
That's
like...
true. Right, it's not.
It's really well balanced. Why is this not popular everywhere?
Right.
We about to make it popular everywhere. Are y'all gonna make this, right?
Better.
Now, many of you told me that I could make like a queso or a cheese dip, and Little Rock, Arkansas is, well, they claim to be, I don't know if they truly are, the birthplace of cheese dip. And it was invented at a place called Mexico Chiquito. I may be saying that wrong. I'm gonna put it here on the screen. Back in 1935. It is time to make possum pie, and let me be just very transparent with you. I am filming this on Tuesday, May 12th, AKA the same day this video goes live. We are running behind on our filming schedule because we had people in our house all week last week. If you missed that from the Aldi video, we had contractors working in our bedroom and in our dining room. Everything's done now, but I'm behind on filming because I couldn't film last week. So I'm going to try and hurry and film this and edit it and try and get it up this afternoon. Go me. The next thing we're making is possum pie. And I have to tell you, when I saw everyone saying, oh, you need to make possum pie for Arkansas, I was like, I know. Because you hear possum, you think there's possum meat in it. And it was a hard pass from me. So why is it called possum pie? Well, the pie is playing possum. Basically, it is hiding that rich chocolate layer underneath that white layer of whipped cream. So you just look at it, it doesn't look special. But then when you cut into it, it's played possum and it tricked you. And it's actually something very decadent. Now look here, because we are short on time. It is literally 9:40 in the morning. This video is supposed to go up at 1 o'clock. Don't know that it will. I'm not making the crust. Apparently the original one has a pecan shortbread crust. We're just going with a shortbread crust. I've also seen people use just graham cracker, but my grocery store did have the shortbread, so we're going that route. All right, to get started, I've got 6 ounces of softened cream cheese, and I need 3/4 of a cup of confectioner's sugar. You know, I never call it confectioner's sugar. I always just call it powdered sugar, but you know, same thing. Now we're just gonna beat this together until it's smooth. Now we're just gonna spread this mixture into a 9-inch pie crust. And again, mine is shortbread. You could use graham cracker if you want to. Oh, I'm breaking the crust. Shocker. I grabbed a smaller little spatula thingy. It's also kind of known as the Diamond State because it is the only state that has an active diamond mine that you can pay money to go in and dig around, and you get to keep whatever you find. So if you find a big old diamond, it's yours. I just broke that crust all to pieces. That's great, Mandy. Good job. Okay, we're gonna call that good. And I'm gonna lick the spatula. I'll be back. Now, I've got some chopped pecans going on top of this. They're not chopped really well. Some of them are like halves. But anyway, we're sprinkling the pecans over top of it. Now, the recipe I have says to mix chocolate instant pudding along with vanilla, but you don't mix the whole box. So I'm just gonna use 1 box of chocolate pudding. Again, I'm in a time crunch, but I'm gonna leave the original recipe below so you can make it exactly like it says to. Now in a different bowl, we're gonna make our pudding layer. So I'm gonna do our chocolate pudding mix. This is the instant, make sure you have that. And then we're gonna add in 2 cups of milk. Here's 1 cup and 2 cups. And then we're supposed to beat this, but I have made instant pudding a gazillion times and I can just whisk it. It'll be fine. I just have to whisk it for a couple of minutes just like I would beat it. So it's fine. We're gonna do that. That way I don't have to clean my beaters because they look like this. I'm in a hurry. And if it's gonna take about the same amount of time to hand do it as it is with an electric mixer, we're just gonna do it by hand. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes and it's pretty thick now. I don't know if you can tell, but we're good to go. So let's spoon this over here. I say spoon it, we're gonna whisk it on top. And I may not use the whole amount. Let's try that first. And kind of just spread it out. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll just eat the other part. It won't go to waste. Chocolate lover over here will eat it, don't you worry. Okay, we need to cover this. It's supposed to sit in the refrigerator for at least a couple of hours. I don't really have that amount of time, but we're gonna let it sit in there for a while I go edit this video. And then I will come and grab it and we'll finish it up. There's obviously more that goes on top of it, but we've got to let this set up for a bit. So into the fridge it goes. Arkansas has a law on the books regarding the state name. I'm going to give you 3 choices as to what you think this law is, and then I'll come back later and tell you. Is it illegal to misspell it, illegal to mispronounce it, or illegal to say it 3 times or more in a row?
You all right?
It's just silly. You can't say it 3 times in a row. All right, I'll tell you the answer when we come back. Whew, y'all, I've been editing for quite some time. And now it's time to finish up this pie so that I can edit this into the video. So you could make your own whipped cream. Again, I'm really pushed for time here, so I'm using the help of Food Lion whipped topping. We're just gonna put this all over the top, and then we're gonna top it with one more thing. All right, last thing is to just top it with some pecan halves, and you're supposed to make it pretty. That one ain't pretty. So I'm gonna try and make this pretty real quick. Ta-da! There you have it. That is possum pie, because it doesn't look like much, but I have a feeling it's gonna look beautiful when we cut into it.
It doesn't smell like possum.
That's a good thing.
It looks really good.
It smells good, don't it?
Wow! That is delicious.
Yay!
That chocolate
Yeah.
with the whipped cream and pecan.
There's a cream cheese layer down at the bottom too. Can you tell that?
Yeah, there's something in there that's a little tart.
Did you say pecan?
Pecan!
Oh gosh, here we go.
You want a pecan?
Oh gosh.
Yes!
Okay, I'm glad you like it.
That is delicious.
Yay!
It's cold too. I love that. Yeah, this is really good. And it's not super rich.
The thing about it is when both of us heard possum pie, we were like, what?
It is light and fluffy.
Okay, well good. Y'all see he's got his crutches over here. He's still on the struggle bus, but
Yeah.
he's making it.
Tiny Tim.
All right, you enjoy that. Okay, so I took his to him in his office so he wouldn't have to hobble in here, you know? But I am so excited. Look at that. All those layers in there. Oh, man. Ooh. Arkansas. Let me tell you, y'all have been one of my favorite states. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. I'm glad I went with the shortbread crust and not the graham cracker. All those little pecan pieces in there. Y'all, if you aren't from Arkansas, tell your family that y'all are having possum pie for dessert and watch them squirm. They will be so happy that you made it though, for sure. So going back to our trivia question, I'm still giggling. Okay, you had 3 choices. Is it illegal to misspell it, mispronounce it, or say it 3 times in a row? We're gonna go ahead and nix that 3 times in a row thing because that's just silly. That's not the law. The law says that it is illegal to mispronounce it. The only acceptable way to pronounce it is Arkansas. So you know last week when I drew it out and I said it's called Arkansas, I'm guessing they could handcuff me for that because you're not supposed to say that. I don't know, maybe it's only if you're in the state you can't pronounce it that way. I don't know. I'm guessing they don't police that real hard, but I just thought it was interesting.
I think it would be kind of cool to have it be illegal to say it 3 times in a row. Arkansas, Arkansas, Arkansas. You're going to jail.
We've got Rhode Island. We've done our research, as we do every week. And this week we kept coming back to one particular dish that neither one of us are excited to try. It involves clams.
Yeah, canned clams.
And?
Clam juice.
Okay, I've never been intrigued by clam chowder, okay? But I feel like I could probably try it if it was like the milk creamy base. And I believe there's even a tomato base version of clam chowder.
Right.
But Rhode Island clam chowder is a clear broth base made up of water and clam juice. To me, this does not sound appetizing at all. And I would be lying if I said that I was excited to try this, because I'm not. But this ain't about us. This is about what's the most popular dish. And something that our recipe does not have, but this mentions, so we're probably gonna do it. It says that Rhode Islanders a lot of time will add a splash of the Dub sauce or Worcestershire sauce at the end to kind of give it a little bit of a kick. I can get down with that. We love the Dub sauce in this house. So I think we'll try that at the end.
It's arts and crafts time. Here we go. Arts and crafts.
He makes fun of me anytime I pull out the kitchen shears to cut up bacon, but honestly, it is the easiest way.
I know, but now I'm doing it.
I know, look at
See?
you. So we're gonna get a couple pieces of bacon and we're gonna get it started here in the Dutch oven, but we need to cut it up first. So he's got the Dutch oven heating and he's just gonna chop that up and get that going. So we've got our bacon going. We've got all our ingredients ready to go. We've already pre-chopped, diced, all the things. So Stephen opened up the clams. Now, this was full of clam juice, and we did reserve the clam juice here. We're supposed to do that. But we wanted to be able to see it on camera, and then I'm gonna take a big old whiff of it and see what this smells like. Is it good or bad?
I'm not gonna tell you. You just go ahead.
No. No. This is gonna be a bad day.
Clam juice.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
It said to drain those cans, but we need, for the amount that we're only making half. We need 2 cups of clam juice. So we have about a cup there, so we need to supplement with the rest of this.
Enhances chowders,
Okay.
seafood dishes, or sauces with the briny, salty flavor of clam juice.
Okay.
Oh, it's got a very fishy.
Oh gosh. Y'all, and we like fish.
Oh!
Y'all, we love fish. So I can smell it from over here, and it's overpowering the bacon. What does that say about it? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Okay, so the bacon is over here getting crispy, which is great. So once this is done, we're gonna throw in some onion and celery. Just for giggles, I said, you know what? Let's see what other foods are popular in Rhode Island. Hold please. Rhode Island has some of the most unique, hyper-local food in the country. This tiny little state. Another popular dish in Rhode Island, something called stuffies. And when I read about it, it reminded me of deviled crab that we have down here. Especially if you go to like a fish camp around here. I know y'all don't know what fish camps are. It's just a seafood restaurant. That's what we call
where
them
the
in the
fish
South.
camp out at.
But we have deviled crab, and it's basically the crab meat is pulled out of the shell. It's mixed with herbs and stuffing and like a lot of seasonings, and then it's put back into the shell and baked. That's what a stuffy is, but with clams. Okay, again, not something that sounds very appetizing to me. Honestly, I've never tried clams, never wanted to, but first time for everything. That's happening today. Then there's Johnny cakes, which are cornmeal flatbreads. Okay, then Rhode Island, you lost me here. Snail salad. It says you will find this in almost every Italian market in Rhode Island. It's chilled, sliced sea snails, tossed in a bright dressing of olive oil, lemon, garlic, and parsley. It's a very popular cozy deli side dish. I bet it is. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't ever plan on trying it. So these are just some of the things that it says Rhode Island loves. So our bacon is pretty much done. We're leaving it in there along with the grease, but we are adding a tablespoon of butter, and we're gonna let that melt.
Maybe this will be really good.
I'm really hoping it's gonna surprise us.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
am.
Maybe it will be.
Okay, so our butter is melted. Let's add in, I've got a half of an onion and about 1.5 stalks of celery diced. And we're just gonna cook this for 2 or 3 minutes. So while our onions are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get us 2 full cups of the clam juice. So I'm gonna add this in to get us up to that 2 cup mark. You know what? We did use it all. Look at us go. That was the perfect amount.
Good job, babe.
Not that if we had any left over, we'd be using it again. This smells really good so far. All we've got is our onion, celery, and bacon and butter. I'm hoping that this is gonna tone down the fishiness.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Right.
And I know there's plenty of people who love clam chowder. I don't know how many people eat it like this with the clear broth. I've just never had it. I'm not from the Northeast. I've never had clams. Maybe this is going to surprise me. I don't know why, but as soon as we saw that it was clam chowder, I just got very nervous.
And I'm usually very adventurous when it comes to food.
He really is.
For some reason, I'm just feeling a little squeamish on this one.
I am too, but I'm really hoping it's going to shock us.
Yeah.
The clear chowder is actually the original way that chowder was made, and it was made by settlers and Native Americans in that region. The milk version and even the tomato-based version, that was later, but this clear way is the more pure way to make the clam chowder. So I think these are good and soft. So now we add in our clam juice, our 2 cups. We also need 2 cups of water. We need to bring this up to a boil before we put our potatoes in. So let me turn this up just a tad.
Give it a whiff. See what you think.
With the bacon, that toned it down.
Onion and celery and all that.
It smells, it's not overly fishy smelling. It still smells fishy, but
Right.
like I said, we love fish.
Right.
We do. So maybe this is gonna be okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Now it's smelling a little bit more like a stew that I've had before, like
Like a salmon
stew.
stew.
Yeah.
Or what's that other one that we like?
Like a catfish
The
stew?
catfish stew that
Yeah.
we like. Okay.
Okay.
But those are kind of milky. This is not milky, so
True. True.
we'll see. Okay, so it is coming up to a boil, and we've got, these are just like the mini yellow potatoes. This is about 3/4 of a pound of those, and I chopped these using my chopper. There we go, we're at a rolling boil now. So let's add these in, and then we need to let these cook for about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna let it come back up to a boil, which it's about to do now, and we're gonna cover it and turn it down to like medium low to low and let it hang out for about 15 minutes just to make those potatoes tender.
And will you add the parsley and the chives at the end?
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
add that quite yet. We
Gotcha.
just let this do its thing for 15 minutes. It has been 15 minutes. I'm gonna make sure that our potatoes are tender. Yeah, they are. They're good. All right, so now at this point we need to add in our clams. We've got, supposed to have about a tablespoon of chives. We've got however much this is. Then we've also got the same amount of parsley chopped up. I do like all the herbs that this adds. That's kind of cool. And then if you have fresh dill, that would be great, but we just have dried. We do about a 1/2 teaspoon of dried dill. Okay, so let's stir that in. We're gonna let that heat through for just a couple of minutes. We need to heat up those clams. All right, I mean, that doesn't look bad. Here's something I can get behind with the Rhode Islanders. Their official state drink is called coffee milk. Say less. It's kind of like chocolate milk, but it's milk with a coffee syrup mixed in instead of chocolate syrup.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good, and I wonder how I can get some of that.
Yeah.
Apparently, the popular syrup that you use for coffee milk is called autocrat syrup. Never heard of it. Kind of want to try it. I wonder if we could order it online and maybe get it.
Maybe so.
We might have to do that. You're supposed to taste it to see if it needs any salt. The clams, the clam juice, the bacon, they all have salt to them, so it's probably not going to need a lot. I am going to taste it to see if it needs salt, but I'm not going to do that on camera. We're going to save those reactions for later. But let me taste test this, see if it needs more salt, adjust that, and we'll see y'all when it's time to eat. I've mentioned multiple times, Rhode Island is teeny tiny. I even looked it up and compared it to the size of the county that I live in South Carolina, and it's not much bigger than Spartanburg County. That just blows my mind that an entire state is about the size of the county that I live in. But you could fit the state of Rhode Island in Alaska 400 times. Rhode Island is only 37 miles wide and 48 miles long. Here is a fun fact for you. Rhode Island was the first of the 13 colonies to declare independence from Britain. They did this 2 months before the Declaration of Independence was signed. I tasted it. It needs a little more salt for sure. So let's do that. I'm gonna stir that around. Also, I almost forgot. True Rhode Islanders add a dash of the Dove sauce here at the end. So let's do that. Just, I don't know, till it feels right, you know? We're also gonna add a little bit of pepper. And that, my friends, is Rhode Island clam chowder. Your trivia question this week, Rhode Island is the smallest state, we all know that. But it had the longest name of any state in the United States up until pretty recently. Do you know what its official name used to be?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Make sure to get some clam in there.
Okay. I will say when I took a bite, I made sure it had no clam on it. So I just tried the broth.
That is good.
Stop it right now.
That is delicious. Now the clam texture is a little...
I heard it. Was that what I heard crunching?
It's a little interesting.
Was that the crunch I heard was the clam? Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh.
That's good though.
Okay. I hear the clam.
The clam is a bit chewy.
Oh, gosh.
It's a little bit chewy texture, but it's not bad. I'll tell you that this is actually really good. This is really good. There's a lot of flavor. I mean, it's definitely a seafood stew.
Right.
That is for sure.
Right.
Like there is no mistaking that whatsoever. That is super good. And you get the dub sauce.
Okay, good. Little kick of that.
That is really good with that.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, it's potent. It has a lot of flavor in here. Perfect amount of salt.
Okay, good.
But yeah, the other season, you can pick out the onion, the potatoes and all that.
Yeah.
Super good. I mean, this is actually really good. The bacon flavor.
Okay. I can breathe a sigh of relief. Now, I need to taste it, and I need to try a clam.
Yeah, the clam is a little off-putting, but it's only the texture, not the flavor.
Okay. All right. And to answer our trivia question, the state of Rhode Island used to be called the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. That was its official name all the way up until 2020. Even though I've only ever known it as Rhode Island, that was its official name. So the smallest state had the longest name.
All right, Miss Ma'am. I gave you forewarning about the clam texture. But the flavor, I'm telling you, the flavor is really, really good.
I'm really trying to psych myself out right now.
You
Tell
got
myself
this.
it'll be okay. My mom is calling. Hang on one second. Okay. So I was literally saved by the bell. My mom called just now. She was asking a question, and I said, you saved me from having to take a bite of something I don't want to eat right now. Bon appetit. I don't like the texture of the clam at all.
Right.
It's chewy. Not a fan. But put that out of the way. It's not bad at all. It's not, I really thought I was going to have a very different reaction.
Right. I'm glad that you didn't.
Oh, me and you both. I'm not a fan of the clam texture. And I'm a texture person, and that matters to me, and I'm going to sit here and avoid eating the clam. I'm just going to be real honest. But the broth itself, is not bad at all.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, this is my second bowl.
Y'all, while I was on the phone with my mama, he ate the rest of his bowl and went and got seconds. Like, this is a go-backer for him.
I was lapping it up. This stuff is good. I like it. I can get past the texture.
See, do you see that? It's just...
Yeah.
It's a little chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, maybe it's an acquired taste.
Maybe so.
But I'm just funny with textures. I always have been. And so that's not my favorite.
I'm going to get some with some crackers in mine, too. See how that goes.
I mean, out of a 10, I'd give it a 5.
Really?
Yeah.
That low?
That's high.
I give it way higher than that. I mean, I think this deserves an 8, to be honest with you. I mean, I give it, I'll dock it 2 points just simply of the texture of the clam, but
I'm docking it a lot for that. And it's okay. I like the broth okay.
Right.
But it's not, I wouldn't go back for seconds.
I gotcha.
So I would say a 5 for me.
Okay.
But that is so much higher than I thought was going to be my rating. Yeah. So I consider this a win.
What if the clams weren't in there? How would you rate it? Like if it was just the flavor of the clam, I guess, or the clam juice and all that. What'd you say?
Maybe a 6.5 or a 7.
Really?
It's not my favorite. Okay. But it's not bad. I'm going to eat it. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. And honestly, I thought I would take one bite and throw this out. Yeah. I really did. So,
well, I'm proud of you, sweetheart.
It's a good day.
You did a good job.
Yeah. So my grocery store also had the option of getting minced clams, and I chose chopped. I think if I got minced, I would like it better. Because there's been a few bites that I've gotten that have had really small pieces in it, and I've been okay with that. It's the larger pieces that get me. I can't do it. So this guy over here is just chowing down. I meant to get oyster crackers, but we had some saltines, so we chose the state Wyoming. Today we are making something really fun and something we've never made before. We're making bison burgers, and lucky for me, I was able to find some bison here at a local grocery store at Publix. but I did have to order this from Amazon. It is huckleberry jam. It is not something we can get around here. It's not in any stores around here. This tiny little thing cost me over $9, but we're making some huckleberry mayo to go with our bison burgers. We're stoked about this. And Steven's making it all in the Blackstone. It's a good day. So before Steven gets started on our bison burgers, I'm gonna make our huckleberry mayo. It's really simple. It's 2 parts mayo to 1 part huckleberry jam. So I'm gonna do a couple of heaping tablespoons, really, of our Duke's mayo. It smells kind of like blueberries.
Taste it. What's it taste like?
All right, let's see. I like that. You want to taste it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do.
Isn't that good?
That is good.
Right.
Wow.
I'm excited to have some mayo with that in it.
That's going to be good on that burger.
Yeah.
What?
In the Rocky Mountains, huckleberries are like gold. And you can't really find them outside of the Northwest. So that's why we went with huckleberry jam for our huckleberry mayo today. It would have been ideal to have huckleberries and make a reduction to do our mayo, but we're doing what we can. I'm excited to try those because I've never had that.
I'll be your huckleberry.
Now we need like a heaping tablespoon of that. Let me add just a little bit more. Okay, and we'll just stir that together and stick it in the fridge. Look at those little berries in there. You see that?
Yeah, I do see that.
It might need a little bit more. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. That's gonna look good on a burger. I kind of want to taste this.
Taste it. I'm gonna see a reaction.
That is delicious. Because you've got a little bit of the tang from the Duke's mayo.
Right.
And then the sweetness of the huckleberries. Yes. Oh, I'm excited. That's going to be good on a burger. Okay, this is going in the fridge until we're ready for it. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Steven and let him make our bison burgers. Bison is new to us. We just don't have that around here, really. So I was very interested to see that bison is leaner than ground beef and it's slightly sweeter than ground beef. So we're stoked to give this a try.
I'm super excited about trying bison because I don't know if I've ever had a bison burger.
I'm pretty sure we
I
haven't.
don't think I've ever had bison.
No.
But one thing that concerns me is that right there. That's concerning when
Especially
you're doing hamburgers.
when you're trying to do hamburgers on the grill.
So a couple of things that are working against us here is the fact that there's not a lot of fat content, which means that these things will get dried out if we're not careful. So we don't want to overcook these things. And we don't want to overmix them either.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling they're going to be crumbly.
Okay.
So to combat that,
right,
there's a couple of things we're going to do. First thing is we're going to take 1 egg yolk and we're going to mix it into the meat.
Okay.
Along with just a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Just to give us a little something.
Yeah.
A little fat.
Right.
But not too much because we don't want to overdo it. We're just going to go easy, simple on the seasonings. Once we get them situated, we're going to use this handy dandy hamburger maker.
Yes, love that
patty
thing.
maker. And then we'll just be ready to go out to the Blackstone.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now.
All
go
right.
ahead and prep everything, get everything ready to go.
Okay.
All right, so 1 pound.
Actually,
not quite a pound.
Yeah, they're only 12-ounce packages. That's why I got 2.
Not quite a pound.
Cole is here today and he wants to try a bison burger, so I got 2 packs of the bison.
Yeah, and you can tell it's very
very lean.
Very, very lean.
Yeah.
So we don't want to overmix these bad boys, but the yolk is going to help give it some moisture, but also work kind of like a binding.
Right.
So now this is the part that, oh, look at there.
You did good.
Look at that.
You did so good.
I'll be doggone. I can do something. All right, so we'll go ahead and, let me actually go ahead and mix this. I got ahead of myself here. That egg can just hang out there for a second. I'm just going to kind of
break that up.
Break it up a little bit here. Westover steak.
That's from Spice Titan.
Spice
That's
Titan.
a good one.
Westover steak seasoning.
We'll use that.
Put that joker in there. It's got all kinds of good stuff in it. All right. A little What's Your Sister sauce in there.
We love some of that.
A little bit of the olive oil. Now this is the sure enough stuff right here.
Right.
Palmetto Olive Oil Company. If you don't know,
you need to know.
You need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. We got infused olive oil, and the flavor is garlic.
Yes.
So we're gonna douse it in there a little bit. There we go. Now
add your egg.
Add your egg. Come on. Come on. Boom. All right, now the thing is we don't want to overmix this.
Okay.
So that's the thing. You just kind of want to combine.
So Wyoming is the home to the first national park. Yellowstone was created as a national park back in 1872. Also, the first national monument is the Devil's Tower, and it was established as a national monument by Teddy Roosevelt in 1906.
Man, that smells good.
Okay.
Already. All right, so let's
You gonna patty them out?
patty them out.
Okay, you can use that. Go ahead.
Can I use that?
Yeah, because that's all you're touching with it.
All right.
Do it to it.
Just making sure
He knows I'm the germ police.
I'm not going to violate too many germ laws. We don't want to do smash burgers with this because the fat content is just not high enough.
High enough, yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable doing that with these. But I love a smash burger now.
Hang on, let me get you a plate. Boom.
There's one. Oh yeah, it's definitely
Held together well?
it's held together well, but you can tell that it's got a little what they call give in it. Y'all, I've been accused of being extra.
No, never.
So in keeping with my namesake, we are gonna caramelize some onions.
Okay.
But we're gonna do it in this right here. Because fat works.
You're a mess. All right, so he's chopping us up some onions. He's gonna caramelize those. Of course, we're gonna toast up some buns as well. And then we'll probably do these last because they have to be nursed so much. So we'll have everything ready and we'll do the bison burgers.
Y'all, I can't tell you right now how excited I am.
I'm pretty excited too, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited that there's a tear welling up in my eye.
That's from the onion.
Oh.
I love you though.
Okay. All right, y'all. Our onions.
Are stout. Whew.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. This is going to be so dadgum good.
All right. You need to get your apron on and we need to head outside.
Steven's got his apron on.
Ba-da-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Got to cue up the music. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. Let's get on the Blackstone. Got to give it some gas. Oh, yeah. Let's get us a good bit of this tallow here. Put the onions into the fat. We are making some progress just a little bit at a time. This is the longest part of the cook right here.
Yeah.
It's getting these to get caramelized. You can see some of them are a little too thick. So the thinner you cut them, the faster they'll cook down. But y'all, it's gonna be good.
It is gonna be good. Even though Wyoming is the 10th largest state by land, it is the least populous. So there's less people there than there are cows. There's more cows in Wyoming than there are people. But even though we've got Rhode Island, which is teeny tiny compared to Wyoming, there's more people in Rhode Island than there is in all of Wyoming.
Tell you what, if you can get you a Blackstone, it is something else.
And ladies, if your husband loves to grill and do all of that, get him a Blackstone. Has so much less cooking that you're gonna have to do, and he's gonna just be so excited to do it. It's been such a blessing for me too.
A little bit of tallow down.
What about our buns? Are you wanting to do those too?
Yes, gotta do the buns.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna watch these, y'all.
That ain't gonna take no
ain't
time.
gonna take but a second.
Yeah, I've got a plate over here for you.
Look, we're almost ready.
Those don't take long at all. Our buns are done.
It is
for
burger
the star
time, y'all.
of the show. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Ooh, that thing wants to just tear up, I'm telling you. All right, we're probably gonna be 3 to 5 minutes per side, something like that. But we're definitely gonna watch it. Get a good sear, and then flip them. Check the temperature.
Yeah.
Make sure we're good to go.
They're looking good.
Oh yeah.
My mama, growing up, always loved to take us back to school shopping, clothes shopping at JCPenney. And the first JCPenney is from Wyoming. It was opened all the way back in 1902.
All right, let's put our cheese on. Let's get some of our caramelized onions here. Right there on top. Now, huckleberry mayo. Looking forward to this.
It looks so interesting. I don't think I've ever seen something that color
All right.
on my burger before.
Now, you want pickles on yours?
I don't.
No pickles.
Nope.
Now, we'll go with pickleless. I'm ready, y'all.
I mean, the purple is just, I don't want to say it's off-putting, but it's just strange looking. So our trivia question this week, Wyoming has a very famous official state coin. It features a silhouette of a cowboy riding a bucking bronco. Do you know the name of that famous horse?
Delicious.
Yeah?
Juicy.
Good.
It's juicy, not dry at all.
Well,
we did the perfect timing on that. And it's cooked all the way through.
Awesome.
But that sweet and tart.
Yeah. The huckleberry jam. Yeah.
Yeah, that huckleberry jam. Really good flavor. It had sort of a rich flavor to it.
Okay, good.
And the meat is kind of a mild flavor, you know, not super beefy, if you know, but adding that tallow definitely helped.
Yeah.
With good seasonings on that. That is delicious.
I'm so happy. So the answer to our trivia question, the name of that famous horse, Steamboat. He was a legendary rodeo horse who was said to be impossible to ride back from the early 1900s. So if you ever see the official state coin from Wyoming, you can tell someone you know the name of that horse. His name is Steamboat.
Get involved, baby.
He was trying to take another bite. I said, put that down and come film me. All right, here we go. The savory and the sweet. It just works. It's more mild than regular ground beef.
Right.
So I can see why you would want to add some things. But man,
and
that's
the caramelized
delicious.
onions with this is really good too.
Good call on that. This is delicious, and it doesn't taste like I was expecting it to taste.
Right.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
So I'm really impressed.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Wyoming. So when you think about barbecue sauce, you don't think about a white sauce unless you're in Alabama. The white barbecue sauce was invented in 1925 by Robert Gibson. His nickname was Big Bob. He had his own barbecue restaurant in Decatur, Alabama, and he would smoke his chickens in a pit, and then he created this mayo and vinegar style barbecue sauce to keep the chickens from drying out, and that's kind of how it was born. Tell us about it.
Well, we're doing smoked leg quarters.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to smoke these bad boys on the big green egg for as long as it takes for them to get up to about, the thighs need to get up to about 165 degrees.
Okay.
And then we should be ready to go. These have been in a brine. Now I've taken them out of the brine, but they were in a buttermilk brine, 3 cups of buttermilk or so, just enough to cover them up with some pickle juice. And then we also put in some of this hickory all-purpose seasoning inside of the brine.
Okay.
And so they had been brining for about 10 hours.
Okay.
So now, here we go. We're going to take them out of this, lay them over here, and then we're going to dry them off real good.
All right.
That is the next step.
So
Easy peasy.
this Alabama white sauce, everyone in the comments was saying serve it over smoked chicken.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so I had seen online that you could serve it over barbecue pork and all these different things, but y'all were loud in the comments and told us that we need to do smoked chicken, so here we are. Thank y'all for your help.
And for all those people out there that said, I think you should do fried catfish, I am not in disagreement with you on that. I would love to do some fried catfish. Maybe we'll do Southern fried favorites one of these days.
Yeah.
Because fried catfish is definitely up there on my list.
He loves fried catfish.
All right. Now, let's get our hands good and dirty and put our hands right over Mandy real quick, all over her.
He knows I cannot stand it. He will touch everything after he's touched some raw meat.
Look here.
Look at you.
Look here, I'm doctor.
I'm so proud.
Doctor commentator. Look, I'm even going to elbow the dish soap. How about that?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, chug-a-lub. Time for the rub. We're going to cover these really good, I mean thick,
You ain't joking.
Thick, 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 thick.
Half the bottle on each one.
Half the bottle. Dayton, you done put half the bottle on there. I can hear Grandma right now.
You in that voice.
She'd go, you've wasted half of it.
Sweet Grandma. Oh my goodness. All right, so he's going to pat that in, and then I'm guessing you're going to do the same thing on the other side?
Good job.
Am I smart or what?
You did good.
All right.
Just pressing into the meat here so that it'll hold. We could use a binder. You could put mustard on there.
Yeah.
To bind it up if you wanted to. But I'm really not too concerned about it. It tends to hold pretty well.
And, I mean, we're going to be dipping it in that good barbecue sauce,
That's
too.
Right. So I'm not too concerned about
that. That looks pretty, though.
The binder. All right, here we go.
Let's go out there.
Let's do it.
A very random fact that you've probably never heard before. In Enterprise, Alabama, there is the world's only monument of an insect, a specific one, the boll weevil. That beetle destroyed all of the cotton crops, and they thought it was going to be a disaster, but it forced Alabama to really focus on doing peanuts. And that switch actually helped save and boom their economy. So if you go to Enterprise, Alabama, go look for the monument of the boll weevil.
Let's burp it. Burpy burperton. We've got our big green egg here. We've got the temperature up to about 270, but we're gonna go up to 300. I've got the convection system in there.
Yeah.
So we've got indirect heat. And I just got the green egg charcoal. I don't have the hickory chips or anything like that. We don't really need that. We'll just use the charcoal.
All right. Okay, Steven's outside managing the chicken. I need to make the Alabama white sauce. And quite honestly, I should have made it last night, but I was missing an ingredient. Typical Mandy. I just went and got it. We're gonna make it. It may not have as much time as it needs to set up, but we've just gotta do what we've gotta do. This is a really simple recipe, and I have to tell you, I love Alabama white sauce. We have a restaurant here in Spartanburg called the Flock Shop, and one of the sauces that you can choose to put on your chicken is Alabama white sauce, and I always choose that. I love it. I love that little hint of horseradish. It's so good, so I'm stoked to be making it here at home. I'm gonna make it here in this bowl. We need 1.5 cups of mayo, and of course I'm using Duke's. There are measurements on the side of this bowl, so I'm just kind of checking that out. We need a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. We need some horseradish. I hate the way they package this particular kind of horseradish because the plastic comes up over the top of this, and then when you go to rip it off, it rips off everything, like absolutely everything. It drives me crazy. Anywho, y'all didn't want to hear that. I've got a tablespoon of this going in. Okay, we need a tablespoon of lemon juice and apparently some lemon seeds. We need a couple of teaspoons of the Dove sauce. And lastly, for our wet ingredients, we need about a teaspoon of spicy brown mustard. Start to stir that. I need to go grab a whisk. Let me do that. Okay, much better. Now for our seasonings, I've got 1/2 teaspoon of regular salt. We need about a teaspoon of white pepper. I guess that just helps keep it white so it doesn't turn a different color. I just so happen to have some on hand. About 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, cayenne pepper. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon, which is, I feel like it's a lot. We're gonna go with about that much. Now, the recipe says this part is optional, but I feel like we have so much tang in there. I want to kind of tone it down a little bit, so we're gonna put in some brown sugar. It says a tablespoon. I'm gonna do about 1/2 tablespoon. Let's whisk all of that together. Now, this is thicker than the one that we get at the Flock Shop, but I mean, I feel like it's okay. I could always add a little more lemon juice to thin it out some more if I wanted to, but the key is we gotta taste this.
Yes.
Let's see what we think. Smells good. Ooh. Okay. That's good. But I feel like I need a little more apple cider vinegar. Okay. And then I am going to squeeze a little more lemon juice in there too. Okay. Let's whisk that in there. And we'll try it again. I could just eat that. I feel like it's good. I want you to taste it though.
Okay. I'll give it a
Because
try.
I want your opinion.
All right.
While everybody thinks of New Orleans, Louisiana for Mardi Gras, the first Mardi Gras was actually held in Alabama. This was back in 1703, and this was decades before Louisiana adopted it. So, Mardi Gras originated in Alabama.
Wow. That's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's tangy.
It's very tangy. Lots of good flavor because of those seasonings you put in there.
Yeah. You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you think it's good?
I think so, yeah.
All right. We're going to leave it be.
Let's leave it be.
All right. Maggie Moo, did you want to taste it, honey? Say that's a negative. Mags, what you doing, little girl? Hi.
Hey, little girl.
Does she talk?
She said,
All right, so I'm going to put the lid on this. We're going to stick it in the fridge until we're ready for it. Ideally, it would stay in there a lot longer because apparently the flavors, his favorite word, meld together. The longer it sits in there, but we got to do what we got to do. So in the fridge.
All right, y'all. We've been cooking for about an hour at 300 degrees. Well, between 280 and 300. But right now, you can see that it's dialed in right there on 300. She's been sitting right there looking pretty. All right, let's burp her.
Ooh, sweetheart.
Look at them babies.
I hear a mockingbird going crazy.
Now we're gonna check the meat. I think they are ready to go.
Are you serious?
They are ready.
Wow, that didn't take long at all.
Not long at all.
Like an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right, y'all. Let's go with the Alabama white sauce. I'm gonna flip these over.
Oh my word, they are so pretty.
Yes, they are. That's looking good. All right, Alabama white sauce all over it.
Okay. I am not mad at that.
And we're gonna kind of put them on while they're still pretty hot.
Okay.
Oh man, I smell it already.
I'm so excited right now.
Yeah, me too. This is gonna be amazing.
My mouth is watering.
Then we're gonna flip them over and get the other side.
Alabama. You were the first state to officially declare Christmas as a state holiday. That was all the way back in 1836. Obviously now it's a national holiday, but I just think that's really cool that Alabama was the first one to recognize it as a state official holiday.
Smoked chicken with Alabama white sauce, here we go.
Oh my word.
Let's just look.
You're just gonna pull it apart?
Look at this. The bone just come right off of there.
Oh my word. That means you done good.
Give me this.
You might need a fork. Take two, we have a fork.
Let's get this chicken here. A little bit of white sauce. Wow! Man, that's good.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
So I have to tell y'all, Cole is here too, and the number of
Oh my goodness.
the number of excited movements he's giving me over there as he's eating.
Y'all. It's over. This is
over.
amazing. The flavors on that, the rub, you know, we put the Alabama white sauce on there.
Yeah.
It's got this tangy,
Right.
rich flavor, you know, but then it mixes with the spices that we put on the chicken, the rub that's on the chicken. Wow. Smoky, tangy, rich flavors. That chicken is so succulent.
So is this a new favorite?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do this pretty
If
often.
there was ever a top, this is on the top.
Well, I am so excited about that.
Wow. Babe, that is amazing.
I am so
And the
happy.
skin is a little crispy.
Yeah.
Got to get some of that skin too.
And that's great that you love it, but I'm gonna need to love it, so I'm gonna take a bite.
Wow.
Just gotta get messy. Oh. All right. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the good thing about dark meat. It holds up really good.
Yeah, it doesn't dry out. Can we have this every week?
I'm telling you, that's amazing.
The tang, but it's not too overpowering.
No, not at all.
Like when you just took a bite of it earlier, we took like it was very stout.
Pungent.
But when you put it on here with all of this, it's perfect.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I have to say, we did a pretty good job on smoking them quarters.
There's no we, you.
I mean, we did a pretty good job, sweetheart.
Well, I mean, I was the cameraman, so I'll give myself credit for that.
That's right.
Y'all, I don't have anything else to say that hasn't already been said. I just want to eat. I love y'all. I mean that. But we're going to eat. Bye. And y'all know that we're Clemson Tiger fans. We love some football in this house. And I know Bama is big on football and their rivalry. You've got Roll Tide.
And War Eagle.
And War Eagle. I'm more of a fan of the War Eagle just because I love an underdog. And also, I mean, Clemson has played Bama. We've beat Bama, but we've also been beaten by Bama. So I need to know, are you War Eagle or are you Roll Tide?
Roll Tide.
You did not just say that. Get out of my house. Let's get started on some dessert. We're going to make some nanner pudding. We are doing the easy route, but we are replacing the Nilla wafers with something else. You may see sitting over here. But we've got to make our pudding first. I'm using the banana cream pudding. I'm not making a large amount of this. The recipe that I found online, I'm cutting it in half because we don't need to eat that much pudding. So I'm just making one package of this, and I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. This is the instant, by the way. I'm just going to whisk that together really well, and then we'll set it into the refrigerator and let that kind of set up for 20 to 30 minutes. And then we'll just assemble. This is a very, very easy one. This is not truly homemade, but I don't care. I love banana pudding. It's one of my favorite desserts. Mags has the zooms. Lid going on. I'm going to set this in the fridge, and then we'll assemble everything. I'm stoked about this banana pudding. Never made it quite like this. So for our dessert, yeah, we're making a banana pudding, but we're using moon pies instead of Nilla wafers. Now, moon pies, as we talked about when we were back in Tennessee, were developed in Tennessee. But Bama has a strong love for moon pies. Mobile, Alabama, they are known for throwing thousands of moon pies out from their floats from Mardi Gras. And on New Year's Eve, you know, New York City has the big ball drop. Mobile, Alabama, they drop a giant 600-pound moon pie from a skyscraper instead of a ball. So honestly, you know, if I was given the choice between going to New York or going to Bama, I'm choosing Bama on that one. I want to see a moon pie fall.
Yeah, me too.
That's really cool. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, we just ate the chicken. That is the best chicken we have ever made at this house. I stand by that. And I love your lava legs. Your lava legs are a close second. The ones that you make that we love.
But them, I'm gonna tell you, them leg quarters with the Alabama white sauce.
Y'all.
If you can't make that, please go find it somewhere.
Seriously.
At a restaurant or something.
Seriously.
That is just amazing.
It was so good.
If you don't have the ability to smoke it, man, find somebody who will smoke it for you.
Yeah. No joke. All right. I'm just slicing up a nanner for our nanner pudding. And like I mentioned earlier, the recipe that I found for this, the inspiration that I'm using, makes about double the amount that I'm making. So it would feed a big crowd, but it's just us. We don't need that big of a nanner pudding. I don't know that we'll need both of these nanners because they're so large, but I'm gonna chop up this other one too. The man holding the camera is on my nerves right now.
I have never been on any nerve ever.
He believes that it's his job to aggravate me 24/7. And he does a great job at it. Honestly, he needs a promotion.
I've been doing this for 26 years. Okay?
Yes.
It is my job.
Okay, anyway. All right, so our nanner pudding has set up. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so now I'm just putting it in this bowl because my normal trifle bowl is so large, I don't need it. So we're just gonna use this. It has a lid as well, it works. So let's put some nanner pudding at the bottom. Then let's put some bananas over top of it.
Layers of nanners.
All right, there we go. Now, instead of Nilla wafers, we call them Nilla wafers.
We add an R to something. I mean,
that's just how we say it around here.
Every word gets 1 to 2 syllables extra.
We're gonna use moon pies. Stephen found these little miniature moon pies, so I need to, my fingers are slimy. I need to peel these, and we're just gonna kind of crumble them. I don't know, I may cut them, and we're gonna put them on top of those bananas. I am gonna just kind of chop these up.
A little choppage.
And you know, when we were in Tennessee, when we had the state Tennessee, Stephen mentioned he didn't really like moon pies because they're kind of dry.
Not my favorite.
Well, you know what? They're probably gonna get a little bit on the soggier side with this, which I like. That works well. This is shaping up to be good.
It's gonna be.
All right, so let's put some Cool Whip on top of that.
Layers of love.
Well, that's a lot of nanners. See, I didn't need all of it.
Well, put them in there. We'll eat them.
I know. Now we need some more moon pies. You know, and they make banana moon pies, and that would have been great, but I didn't want to do the overkill. I was kind of excited to have the little chocolate bits in there too, so I'm happy that we got these.
Gotta have some balance.
Some balance. Look, I think that's good. I don't think we need that last one. That's a shame.
You just want to eat that.
You know what we're going to do?
She's gonna sprinkle some coffee on top of it.
What are you talking
Oh, well, you asked me. What you gonna do?
about? Boom.
Look at yonder. That's pretty.
It is pretty. Look at that.
Yeah,
See them layers?
I do see them.
Look, I love them things. My mom had these exact dishes when I was a little girl, and I found them at a thrift store not too long ago. I was so stoked to find them. You know what? I need a bigger spoon than this.
Yes, you do. Is that mine?
Oh, that's so cute. All right, we've got all the goodness in there. Let's eat. Today's trivia question. In 1968, someone made a very important call from Alabama, and it had to deal with an emergency, and it kind of changed the way we deal with emergencies from now on out. Who do we call? How cute is this? I love it. All right, I'm gonna take my moon pie out too so I can get a good bite with all the layers.
Man, that looks so good, Sweet Pea.
Okay, I got a little bit of everything. You ready?
I am.
Tink. That is the proper usage
Yes.
of a moon pie.
Wow.
The moon pie, which is normally kind of dry, is not dry in this.
Oh yeah. I can deal with the moon pie inside this.
Yeah. That's an easy way to do banana pudding.
That is delicious too.
Now I want to go to Mobile for New Year's.
Yeah.
See a moon pie fall from the sky. The answer to the trivia question you probably know. 911. The very first 911 call was made from Haleyville, Alabama in 1968. Have to say I was a little intimidated when we did our research and found out that the recipe that we're making this week is called chislic. And I hope I'm saying that right. And then the more research I did, I was underwhelmed with the presentation, the way it was all made. But we're gonna give it a shot. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna let Stephen do this because he's gonna be doing some frying. Anytime we do frying in this house, it's that guy.
I'm the fry guy.
That's right. But with this particular recipe, there's several different meats you can choose from. So chislic can be made with any red meat, really. You could use venison, beef. We are using lamb, which is more traditional. And chislic came about in the 1870s. A German-Russian immigrant named John Holworth, I'm probably saying that wrong, it's here on the screen. He is known as the father of chislic. He came over and introduced this to South Dakota.
So chislic. Is it chislic? Chislic. That's what we're making today, right?
Right.
Chislic. So
You think that's beef.
that is not beef. That is lamb.
That's right.
So we went to Sam's Club. We got us a leg of lamb, which we've chopped up and prepared
It's not cheap.
for this. No, it's not cheap.
It was like $43, but it was a
So,
lot of meat.
It was a lot of meat, so
yeah.
we're gonna have to save the rest of it. We're
Right.
just gonna make enough for me and Mandy, but apparently chislic is the way to go. So that's what we're doing for South Dakota. We've never made anything with lamb.
We've
in
never
here.
made, I've never had lamb. Have you?
I've had it.
Like in a gyro or
Yeah,
something?
I've
Or
had
gyro? Is it gyro
Right.
or euro?
One of those two.
Anyway.
A Greek guy that I was with in the military, he called him a hero.
Oh, that is very special.
He'd jump on me every time I said gyro. It's not gyro, it's hero. I'm like, all right, hero. So anyhow, what we're going to do is, now what I've done, I chopped the loin up. I try to get all the silvery pieces off of it and fat and all the other stuff.
You did a good
Cleaned
job.
it up as much as I could. And this is going to be basic. I mean, from everything we've read online, you know, there's regional differences in how this is prepared. So we're just going to go with, you know, the simple, straightforward approach. I mean, really, all we're going to do is go ahead and season them. So we're going to do salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and put a little oil in there as a kind of like a binder.
Yeah.
We're just going to kind of oil them up here.
Which we're going to be shallow frying them over there on the stove, so there'll be lots more oil, but this is just to make the seasoning stick.
Right.
But the thing that we noticed was it is basic. This is not a fancy, tons of ingredient type of dish.
It's really like an appetizer.
It is, yeah. I would imagine you can probably find it at like fairs and stuff like that a lot.
Be a great barbecue appetizer if you're entertaining guests.
Now, what does lamb taste like?
You know, it's just a milder version of beef really, in a way. So we're going in here with the salt. We're just eyeballing this, no exact measurements, obviously.
Garlic powder.
But I do want to get them coated because I want to see some color.
Right.
Now, some things say deep fry it. You know.
And we even saw grilling it too.
You could probably do this on the Blackstone if you wanted to. But we're going to do a shallow fry. Putting some paprika on there for just a little, you can say spice if you want to. Paprika has a little bit of a spice to it, but really for that color.
Okay.
So just a little bit more oil there, and then we're just gonna mix it up.
Okay.
That's all we're doing here.
We appreciate you doing this.
Well, you're welcome.
We're just making like 2 kebabs basically, right? One for you, one for me.
And we're just going on with the meat.
Okay. We got a lot of meat on there.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's going to be good. Man, it smells good.
The way I thought you were about to take a bite.
Thought I was going to bite that raw meat. That'd be something to talk about, wouldn't it?
So Freeman, South Dakota, every year they have a Chislic Festival, and they consider themselves the Chislic capital of America. At the Chislic Festival, they do it deep fried and they serve it with slices of onion.
That sounds good. Sign me up for that.
So we're using a cast iron today.
Medium high, it's been heating up. You can see it's
kind of smoking a little bit.
Smoke a little bit. We're going to go ahead and pour the oil in. Again, we're shallow frying these. So about that much.
And we're using canola oil, which is not the best for you, but you know, here we are.
And there it is.
All right.
And that's it. I mean, dang, it just goes in the oil.
And that's it. It's so easy.
I mean, that's
it's
all
so
it's
easy.
gonna be for this.
So easy.
I've seen people make sauces and stuff and put sauces in there, and then there's some kind of thing with saltine crackers.
Yeah, we bought some saltines.
I need to hear from the South Dakotians right now.
Dakotians? Is that what they are?
I don't know.
I mean, I like that.
I like that too.
Why
about saltine?
Why saltines?
Why do we eat saltines with this? What's up with that?
I don't know, but we bought some, so we're gonna eat it too.
I like that. See, here in the South, we come up with every excuse in the world to use saltines.
Well, we love some saltines.
Back in the day, when my grandfather and my granddaddy, I called him Pop, or we called him the old man because that's what he was called all his life. He was old even when he was young. But we'd come in from working in the fields, and for lunch we'd have potted meat and sardines.
Oh, God.
With saltine crackers. That made the difference right there.
Oh, my gosh.
Saltine crackers.
Turned my stomach. Okay. We're going to let this heat up.
Yeah.
He's checking the temperature.
Just a smidgen more.
Oh, my
Waiting for this little bit of oil here to get up to about 350. And then we're going to pop them in there and do our thing.
I am so sleepy, y'all. What is my problem?
You need to wake up.
I do need to wake up. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot, because it is hot.
Oh, she pretty.
I believe we are done.
I think we are too. Look at that.
We're just going to let them sit for about 5 or 6 minutes to cool off.
Okay.
And then we're going to try them.
We've got some ranch to try them with. We've got some hot honey. We're just going to try different things. Why not? Mount Rushmore is in South Dakota, and the monument took 14 years to complete. 90% of it was carved using dynamite. They had to be very precise in order to get the blasts to go exactly where they wanted to, but 90% of it was carved using dynamite.
I don't know what this is gonna taste like. I'm gonna have to see.
I'm a little bit scared, I ain't gonna lie.
All right, let's just try this end piece here. That's good.
Okay, is it tender? Does it taste like beef? Give me some.
It's tender.
Okay.
It's definitely got a different texture to it.
Than beef? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's good. I feel like this would be tender than beef.
More tender than beef?
Especially like a sirloin, if you were to use a sirloin.
Yeah.
That is really good. It's almost got like almost like a grainy sort of texture to it.
Interesting.
Around the edges where it's been seared. But yeah, it's super tender. Let's try this ranch here. Not bad.
Okay.
It's definitely like an appetizer, like a fair food type of thing. That is delicious. You're going to love this.
Good.
Very tender. I mean, more tender than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
Great texture, good flavor. I mean, definitely get a little bit of a spice from the paprika, you know, the pepper, salt, all that stuff come together really nice.
All right, you didn't eat no saltine with it.
Okay, a saltine with it.
Yeah, because that's the thing apparently.
Let's do a little ranch. Okay.
Well,
I like that a lot.
I'm excited to try it.
That's a great little appetizer. Let's put some hot honey on that joker.
The tiniest drop of all drops.
Oh my goodness. Gotta be a He-Man to get that out.
So there's a very famous drugstore pharmacy in South Dakota. It is called Wall Drug, and it became famous during the Great Depression. It's right along a highway, and they had signs out that said free ice water. And so they got people to come in and get free ice water. Today, they still have that sign out. They still give out free ice water, but it is expanded. It is huge. It's got a restaurant. It's got like, not a boutique, but like shops, that type of thing. I think you can shop some Western wear and gear out there. It's really expanded, but Wall Drugstore started in 1931, just handing out ice water. I think that's so cute.
It's good for the soul.
You gotta sniff it first.
You're gonna like it.
Actually, I'm gonna taste it without anything.
It doesn't have like a gamey taste or anything like that.
Okay, good. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. But I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's really good.
My first time having lamb.
Go you!
I'm excited. All right, I'm gonna make me a little cracker sandwich. You like that?
I do. A little crunchy cracker to go with your meat.
I really like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest, I was not excited about today. I was like, I don't want to eat lamb.
Yeah.
And honestly, because everything I read was like, oh yeah, you just put a little salt and pepper on it and fry it up and that's it. I was like, okay. But this is really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, I'm down.
You down?
So South Dakota is home to the world famous attraction called the Corn Palace. It is a building that is covered in murals using actual corn. Can you guess how often they have to tear down those murals of corn and redo it? How often do they do that?
A little hot honey on there.
Okay. You got to work out just trying to get
Just
the hot
a little
honey out.
squeeze. Yeah, just a little taste of it. Oh yeah.
Good with the hot honey?
A little sweet.
Okay.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I mean, you just use regular honey for this.
It would probably come out easier. I don't know why this thing is so messed up.
I am aggravated at you right now. You're going down, clown. There's some guy food right there.
It's delicious. I have to say, I'm very impressed and I can't wait to eat some more.
That is good. The more I eat it, the more I love it.
The answer to our trivia question, how often do they tear down those murals of corn? Every single year. Every fall, they tear it all down and they redesign the murals of corn and they put it back up. Wow. That is some dedication. So we're gonna be making 2 recipes to represent Florida today. One of which is a dessert and it needs to chill for several hours. So we're gonna get started on that first and you can probably guess what it is. We are making one of my dad's favorite desserts, mine too, key lime pie. So traditional key lime pie uses key limes or the key lime juice. Now I have sad news to tell you. I could not find any in my local grocery store. So I don't have key lime juice today, but it is important to use key lime juice when you can. It's not gonna be that big of a difference, but I wish we were using it. Now, if you wanna be authentic, like really authentic, and go the extra mile, you can make your own graham cracker crust, but you know what? if you go into the grocery store on the baking aisle, they sell these bad boys already made, so that's the route we're taking. I do need to preheat my oven to 350 though. So this is very simple, and we're pretending like this is key lime, but it's really just lime because my grocery store didn't have any key limes. But I need 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk, so it's a total of 28 ounces. Now we need a 1/2 cup of light sour cream. And you know, I don't know if that makes a huge difference whether it's light or not, but that's what the recipe says. And this recipe that I found for key lime pie has excellent reviews, so we're going with it. Now this is the lime juice that I got. There was, you know, like the cheaper versions, but this was a little more expensive, but it says it's not from concentrate, it's 100% juice, so that's what I was going for. I mean, if I can't get the key limes, I wanted to at least get authentic lime juice. We need 3/4 cup, and then I need a zest from 2 limes. If you're doing a zest from key limes, then you'll need probably about 4 of them because they're a good bit smaller than your regular limes. But I'm gonna zest these real quick. I've already washed them really good. Okay, so let's just whisk all of this together, which is easier said than done. My goodness, that sweetened condensed milk is so thick. Oh my gosh. That smells divine. The hardest part is gonna be waiting because it has to chill for like 3 hours, so. Okay, let's set this to the side. I'm gonna open up my pie crust to get it ready. I need y'all to know that Steven came over here after he hit end on record, and he was like, he was getting on it, man.
What was that face? Was that my face?
That was your face.
Oh my goodness.
You were like, you were so intense. It was very much appreciated, and I hate that y'all missed that. All right, let's pour this into our pie crust. Of course, it's a graham cracker crust. Feel free to make your own. I just didn't want to. I'm gonna be real honest.
Put the lime in the graham cracker.
That's right. Yeah, it fits. This is a 9-inch. It's set at 8.5 to or 8 to a 9.5 or something like that. So I felt like this should work. Yeah, it just barely works, but it does. I'm excited. This goes in the 350-degree oven just for 10 minutes. You know what? I probably should have put that on a baking sheet to make it easier to remove, but here we are. Here we are. So Florida is like a melting pot of flavors. You've got Southern, you've got Caribbean, and you've got Latin American flavors. And so apparently people call it Floribian flavors.
What is it, little girl? Guest appearance by Maggie. Santa Cruz Organic. Pure lime juice.
He said he wanted to take a sip, y'all.
Let's do it.
Do it. Turn it up. Let's watch that face.
Oh!
Oh yeah, that'll wake you up. You crazy.
Mm.
I mean, does it taste good?
I mean, you got some pucker on there. That's some pucker factor right there.
Oh, you're funny. The fact that you're going in for more.
Ooh!
My mouth is puckering and I'm not even doing it. Yeah. Let's get it out.
Let's do this.
Carefully. Hopefully I
want to see this.
don't mess it up.
I have got to witness this.
Oh my. Oh goodness.
Ooh. Be full of care. Be full of care. Oh, babe, you did it.
I did. Now here's the
Oh,
trick.
what's this mastery?
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay. We're gonna let it cool for just a couple of minutes before we put it into the fridge. But look how pretty that is.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Oh, I can smell the tartness. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be good.
Got some lovely bits in there.
I hate it when you say
Go ahead.
no.
Do the little dance.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do it.
Don't tell stories.
Y'all just don't know, okay? Y'all just don't know.
They don't know what.
She's so conservative when she's on the video, but you know, as soon as you hit record, she's all, you know, I'm Mandy in the making. Ha ha. Look at me. But when it's not on record, what does she do?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Let me see.
Oh, was making fun of I was making fun of him for that saying, him always saying lovely bits. I don't know why, but that's up there with the M word for me. If you know, you know. But it's up there. I can't stand it. And so I turned around and I said, the lovely bits.
This is her all the time, okay? And that was even the conservative version of that, okay? Right?
Okay, I'm gonna put the lid on this. And this is gonna go in the fridge for like 3 hours. And then I have something fun to tell y'all. So the area between Tampa and Orlando is known as Lightning Alley. And that Lightning Alley gets more lightning strikes than almost anywhere else in the US. First of all, you may notice that there's no light on in our fridge. Let me tell you about that. Let's plug it back in. We have a new fridge coming this Thursday. This fridge is about 10 years old, and we've had some issues, honestly, for a long time, with the drawer, the freezer drawer not closing all the way, even though you think it's closed all the way, but it doesn't seal right. So you wake up in the morning and there's frost all over everything. The door seals have been messed up. It has not been a great fridge. It's gotten the job done, but it's not been great. So we have a new fridge coming because this one is now making an awful noise when like the fan comes on, and I can't film while that's happening. So there's that. That was not the exciting news. The exciting news is we're about to start making our Cuban sandwiches, but in order to do that, we need some pulled pork. And I did not put a pork in the crock pot. We need to go get some pulled pork. So we're gonna go to Jim and Nick's barbecue and get some pulled pork to come home and make our Cuban sandwiches. So we're gonna go on a little field trip. I had no clue that this place had a drive-through. I'm so excited. I didn't even have to get out of the car. So let's go order. Some people, some serious today about coming and getting some pulled pork. We have eaten here before. I've obviously never gone through the drive-through. I didn't even know they had one, but we really enjoyed coming here before. I know it's a chain, but it's pretty new to Spartanburg. It's only been here, it's been here less than a year, I believe. But yeah, when we were thinking about how we were gonna do this pulled pork, I didn't make any, and I couldn't find any that didn't already have like barbecue sauce on it, like at the grocery store. So I just knew that we were just gonna have to swing by here and get some. I had to buy it by the pound. I say had to. We're not going to use a pound on our sandwiches, but we will eat some pulled pork for the next couple of days. So I have the pound of pork secured. Let's make some Cuban sandwiches. So for the Cuban sandwich, I'm going to be real honest. I don't know that I've ever had a Cuban sandwich, but I learned a little bit about its history. Even though it's Cuban in name, it was perfected in the way that we make it now in Ybor City, which is right there in Tampa. And I'm pretty sure it's Ybor. But it was also perfected in Miami back in the 1800s. There is a little debate though. You'll have to let me know which way you make your Cuban sandwich. Miami goes more towards like salami instead of ham, whereas Ybor City or Tampa leans towards doing it with ham. We're doing it Ybor City style today. So I just got home and we were about to start assembling the Cuban sandwiches, and it hit me, oh, you're in a dress. And I'm still in a dress, mind you. But I remembered I needed to be wearing my sunshine t-shirt because hello, we're in Florida. So I just threw my sunshine t-shirt on top. We need to get started on these Cuban sandwiches. It's not gonna take long at all. We've got a griddle heating up over here. You can definitely do it on the Blackstone too, but since we're just making a couple of sandwiches, it's just easier to do this. But first we need to mix up what's gonna go on the bread. We need equal parts mayo and mustard. Do a couple of spoonfuls, I guess.
And that's just regular mustard.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, that should be about right. We'll see. And then a pinch
of red pepper.
Of cayenne pepper. Yep.
Man.
Just a little bit, not a lot.
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
That's enough.
No, a little bit more.
All right, let's mix that together. Okay, set that to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut up this bread. Now this bread, it looks like a big loaf of French bread, and if that's all you can find, that's fine. But Publix, just to FYI, carries Cuban bread.
All right, nice.
So I was able to go to Publix and get Cuban bread.
All right.
I wanted this to be as authentic as possible, so. I am gonna cut the ends off of the bread. Then we're gonna be very precise with our measurements. We're using these pickles today. They're called the Stanwich stuffers.
Sandwich stuffers.
Sandwich stuffers. And they're about that long. So I'm going to cut it to about that length.
All right. I like the way you think.
Yeah. And then I'll just use that.
Look at you.
I mean...
Like you should have been a carpenter.
Okay, so we'll save the rest of this bread. We can make another one later. Yeah, because it's just for me and you.
All right.
Let's cut this in half. So in Florida, you have the Everglades, and I found this to be very interesting. It is the only place on the planet where alligators and crocodiles coexist in the same ecosystem.
Wait a minute now.
So we just
You're
had
telling me we don't toast these insides?
No, we're not going to toast it. We just had this whole thing. I was about to slather it with this, and he was like, no, we're supposed to toast it. I said, no, we're not. So we looked at the recipe. You could toast this side if you wanted to, but we're going to toast the sandwich as a whole on either side.
Okay.
That's how we're going to do it because that's the recipe that I found says to do that. So
all right.
Let's slather it.
My heart will just have to hurt for a minute.
It'll be okay. It'll survive. You put this on both sides.
Oh man, I like them big old giant spoonfuls.
I mean, might as well. So let's start assembling our sandwiches. We have Swiss cheese here. And, oh, what happened to that one? You know, as soon as I say cheese, someone shows up. But you know why she's here.
She heard the plastic crinkle.
She knows about the ham.
Little girl, are you on a piece of ham? I know you do.
So we're going to put cheese on like that. Now we need some ham. This is smoked ham, and she is standing up right here reaching.
Oh, yeah.
She loves some ham. Let me give her a little piece. You want some ham? There you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the ham.
She does. Now, some pulled pork. Also, they have pickles.
Baby, this looks good. There is to be no skimpage on the barbecue.
Trying to pull it apart some. There we go. Now, let's put one of those sandwich stuffers. I keep wanting to say sandwich stuffers. I don't know. Our pickle. Right smack dab in the middle.
Very nice.
Now, another layer of cheese. And then...
close them up.
Close them up. Onto the griddle they go.
Oh, boy.
So he's going to put some butter here on the griddle for us.
Okay.
Now, the trick is we got to kind of press them down.
Yeah.
They need to be pressed down for like 3 or 4 minutes on each side because we want the insides to get warm too. So I can grab a big skillet if you want me to, or what you want me to do.
We can do that.
Okay. You got to do what you got to do, people. That right there is smart. So we're going to let that hang out for a few minutes and then we'll flip them, okay?
Okay.
A lot of people think about golfing and they think about Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because Myrtle Beach does have a lot of golf courses. However, Florida has more golf courses than any other state in the country. It is known for its golfing. It's been about 3 minutes, so this guy is gonna flip. Ooh.
Oh yeah. He's trying to kill me in here, y'all.
I was trying to hand it to him, but he was trying to reach here to grab it, and my hand was there. It was a hole.
Are you saying it's my fault?
No. So I was just asking ChatGPT the difference between French bread and Cuban bread because I saw that you could use French bread if you couldn't find Cuban bread. Here's the differences. They're made with similar ingredients, but Cuban bread usually adds either lard or shortening to it. Cuban bread's outside, like the crust, is a little bit lighter and thinner, and it's not quite as hard as French bread. And then the inside is also a little bit airier and fluffier than French bread. So that's about it. They're very similar. If you can't find Cuban bread and you want to make a Cuban, you can use French bread. Not us over here devouring this pulled pork while we're waiting on the sandwiches.
No, we would never do something like that. 2 for you, 2 for me.
I love it. Are you so excited? What was that drama?
I'll take the hat off.
Yes.
Steve, take your hat off at the table. Did you wash your face and hands?
Oh, gosh. All right, Grandma.
Y'all.
Can you just appreciate how beautiful that is?
That is some layers right there.
Okay,
All right,
let's
get
do
into
it. The crunch factor, 10 out of 10.
I mean, there's just a lot of talking about here.
Okay.
Smoky. Okay. It is smoky, and then it mixes with that mustard mayonnaise sauce.
Yeah.
Magical. I mean, it's a wonderful blend of flavors there.
Okay.
And then the pickle just comes in, bam, brightens everything up. And the bread, I love the crunchy.
Yeah, the
outside
bread
of
is
the bread.
great, yeah. Listen to that crunch, though.
Babe, that is amazing. Oh, it's so easy to eat, too.
Good. All right. Let me be the judge of that. One of our favorite places to visit in Florida is St. Augustine. I absolutely love that city. And it has the title of being the oldest continuously occupied European settlement in the United States. A lot of people think of Jamestown, but St. Augustine is about 42 years older than Jamestown.
Babe, you're gonna love this.
I have a feeling I am. It's messy.
It's messy, but it's delicious. That sauce, though, the ham sort of gets lost in there, I feel like. I'm not really getting the ham.
Maybe I should have loaded it up with more.
Maybe more ham, yeah.
That's delicious.
Yeah, that is phenomenal.
That bread, yeah,
Isn't it easy to eat?
very. It's not too chewy because
No.
French bread and some breads can be a little too chewy. This
Right.
is very light and airy.
Yes, it's very
Even though
light.
you got that crunch,
Yeah,
it's very light. Ooh, I love that.
it is super good.
So last week when I knew that we chose Florida, the first thing that came to mind was oranges, orange juice. And they do produce a massive amount of our nation's citrus. And if Florida was its own country, it would globally rank as one of the biggest producers of orange juice. But our trivia question today is, Florida wouldn't be the top producer. What country beats Florida for that citrus title, like the top producer of citrus? It has been several hours. We are ready to have some key lime pie, but first we've got to make our whipped cream to go on top. You could just use Cool Whip if you want to, but since I skimped out on making the crust, I thought I would make true whipped cream. So let's see how much heavy cream I have. Oh, I do have a cup. Okay, awesome. I didn't know if I had a cup left or not. So let's add that to this bowl.
I'm glad we had a cup. What would that mean?
What do you mean? It would mean that we didn't have a cup?
Oh, I didn't know if maybe I had to go to the stores.
No.
It's like
No,
we're just flying by the seat of our pants here.
I would have just made less.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. But like you use half as much powdered sugar as you do that. So I needed to know how much of that I had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So I need about a half a cup of powdered sugar. Okay. And about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to eyeball it. Let's beat that until we get, I was going to say until we get Cool Whip. Until we get whoop cream.
Whoop.
We're going to whoop it.
That's right.
Look at your shirt.
It looks like a little powdered sugar on your shirt.
All right, so let's grab the key lime pie out. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Mags, you got the zooms?
I got the zoom-ums.
Ooh. Can we just appreciate the beauty here?
Yes, we can.
Oh my word. Ooh, look at my Cool Whip. I wish I had like something to kind of pipe it on there.
Pop.
Pipe.
Let's pop it.
Pipe it. Look, let's see at the picture. See, look. Look at that picture. Wait, I do too. Don't I? Remember that?
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Where's them bags that we had that went with it?
Oh, my
We did it wrong and everybody told us we did it wrong. Remember?
Yeah.
We had this on the outside of the bag and it's supposed to be on the inside of the bag.
Correct.
Hold on.
Let's see if we can find them.
We couldn't find a bag, so he's getting a, are you gonna use a gallon size?
I don't know.
I think we can just use a quart.
Okay. Look, I'm doing it. First, we got to make sure. See, I figured it'd go in this corner right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we
you just need to cut it.
just need to cut that
Okay, go ahead.
gourd head.
Mags, are you watching?
I got it.
Okay.
Poked it through the corner there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, if this doesn't work,
It's your fault. All right.
All right, so what I
got some whipped cream in there. Yep.
Fill up the bag.
Y'all, this is a little bit
Oh, okay. Look at you go. All right.
Okay.
We're ready.
What do I do?
I don't know. Do it.
What am I supposed to do?
Okay, you want to do a practice one? Okay. Nope. Here he goes. That's good. Whoa.
Just like that?
Yeah, but put a little more pressure on it. Like, yeah, flatten it out a little bit. The next one, not that one. Don't worry about that one.
Just right beside it?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. You got it. The first one always looks a little wonky, kind of like pancakes, you know? Look how cute. Now do it all the way on the edge if you can. You know what I'm saying?
Look here, you're going to have to not be quarterbacking me too much.
Look, you said you wanted to do it. This is what you get.
Look, them double deckers right there. Look at that.
Oh, my.
Look at that.
Okay.
See there?
Now, look how pretty that looks. Are you proud of yourself right now?
Mm-hmm. You got to mash the crust.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Look at that.
Looks great. The answer to our trivia question, if you said Brazil, you are correct.
Gonna be good.
I love a key lime pie.
Oh my word.
What?
Man, that's good.
I was going to say, is that a good, oh my word, or a bad?
Wow, that tart is like punch in the mouth, but in a good way.
Okay, good.
Very tart. And then you got this like silky, creamy.
Right.
And then the buttery from the crust. Man, that is special.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's delicious.
I'm stoked.
Wow.
Okay. My turn. Can I get a little bit of that Cool Whip
It's so
too?
good.
I just about blew it off. Y'all ever do that? You ever blowed off ice cream? I have.
Good stuff, isn't it?
Oh my word, that's good. That was so easy too.
Yeah.
I mean, it only had to bake for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that is some zesty punch right there, isn't it? Tart, zesty, and then the silky creaminess of that filling.
I mean, it's literally zesty because it has all that zest in it.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I'm happy about this. And I'm not a baker. Y'all know I'm not a baker.
Yeah, well, you did good on this.
But I can make this.